And we're live. People, deluded. I'm back again. First things first. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribing. If you're not new here, make sure you're subscribing, smashing the like button, getting the creative juices flowing. Now, I'm sure you would see the title. Allegedly, there's something in relation to Kroenke. We'll go over that article. Arsenal have released their new kit, as you can see in the image here, and we're linked with a bunch of players, people. It's a silly season, really. I mean, to be fair, the journalists ain't got nothing to talk about. Arsenal being linked with every player under the sun. We all know what we didn't do in January or last summer. We know what we need to do this summer in terms of outgoings and incomings, or at least we think we do as armchair experts. So yeah, big up yourselves, man, and appreciative to you lot tuned in. Big up in the circle, man. He's a tough man to please. Convinced they're setting us up for we tried and a bunch of meaty dons, 1 year left opportunities, mid-table Euro League players, and a 3 out of 10 window. I bet extend Trossard, rely on Kai, Jesus, Tommy. I mean, all they can do is prove you wrong, innit? Again, we need added quality. And then look who we got here, man. He's a moderator, but you wouldn't think that, people. Marcel, one love. Been a while since I caught a DG live stream. Big up to you, my favorite up and I'm there, my killie. Appreciate you. We say you've been dissing Odegaard and Martinelli. I told you what time it is at Anfield, man. It's been what? I think it's been. Did someone say 13 years? It surely can't be 13 years since we won at Anfield in the league. But you know what? What's 14? Next year we go again. Josh, appreciate you. One love to the people on Twitch. I worry about any wavy talent being associated with Arteta. He seems like he would stifle their brilliance. I think for Mikel Arteta, this season's a learning curve, my boy. I mean, every year, it's for every manager. But I would say, I know people say 5 years and 700 million spent, and they're not wrong, people. But let's be real. It's really within these last 3 years, 2022, 23 to this point, where we've been in conversations, you know, semi-finals, not getting embarrassed the year before, getting to a quarter-final, getting back into these convos. And the annoying thing is, realistically, we're doing two projects at once. There's Project Mikel Arteta and his learning curve as a coach, and there's also Arsenal, and they become intertwined. Now, for him in isolation, if we just look at the Champions League, to get to a semi-finals in your second year of the champs is great. But then when you add it all in once again, I think this is the year he will learn a lot about himself. I think he needs to reinvent himself. I think he needs to evolve himself. I think he needs to keep his key principles. But in terms of attacking play, having a plan B, I would say releasing the shackles in the final third, maybe letting a couple of attacking players stay in attacking zones and, you know, finding a freedom within a framework, like maybe letting Saka stay higher up the field and then, you know, somewhat solving, making sure we've got defensive solidity somewhere else on the pitch. You like what Slot is doing over there at Liverpool. I think there's a lot he would have to learn. Squad depth, bringing certain players in, having a bit more trust in certain players. So it's a terrible example, but sometimes you got to gamble and throw your whole hand in, because I do think there's been times where, obviously, I'm not happy with the number of draws, but we've drawn games where we could have gambled and maybe lost or won. Ironically, Marcel commented, and I think one of the games, that I feel Arsenal fans are quite harsh is our draw against Liverpool at the Emirates, because they were calling for us to gamble, and gamble is being street smart and naively. The one time we did gamble in that game, if you lot remember, I'm sure Trent has found Salah or Trent has found Darwin Núñez and Salah's put it in the back of the net. So there's a lot the gaffer's going to have to learn. I mean, you lot do call me a politician, and he sits on the fence and he does this, and some say I'm a Mikel Arteta apologist, some say I'm Mikel Arteta out, just as long as you're smashing the like button and talking. But it's a mixed bag. And again, I'm not saying this to absolve Mikel Arteta, because I think, you know, you're managing an effing big club in Arsenal Football Club. It's a massive club and it comes with the expectations. But I'm bored of the Mikel Arteta in out. I think there's some people that want him out, and I think they've raised some valid points, and there's not a leg to stand on. I think there's some people that want to persist, and I don't always agree with it, but I think it is that as well. And at the end of the day, in September, he signed a new long-term deal. He's getting 15 million a year. His coaching staff have signed a new deal. Berta has come in. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. And again, like what we said last year, if we have another season where there's no silverware, I believe there should be questions. I believe you need to, at some point, you need to change up the manager and have a different approach, different voices in the ground and whatnot. But if we have a season like this with all the nuances, but the bottom line is we don't win a trophy, let's be real. Like, some people are still going to cut excuses. Like what they said last season, we don't get a trophy. Bottom line is the gaffer's got to go. Unfortunately, that's not how the club operate. So it's like, can you forgive me for not wanting to be entertained in them kind of things? The summer market will tell me all I know. The summer market, I don't know if Arteta was suggested players and he didn't want to go for it, or he was asking for players and they didn't want to get it over the line. I'm past that point. You're all in this together. In the same way, if you do what you need to do in the market, I praise you. I always give the example, and some of you are probably grandparents. When I was a little kid and I used to play with my cousins and someone's broke something in nanny's house, my nanny's not going to ask everyone who did what. Everyone who's on the scene is getting beats. And that's how I feel about the recruitment. I'm past the point of who did what. End of the day, I'm not a fly on the wall. You know what we need to do. If it doesn't come in, everybody has to hold licks. And then that's me thinking about this summer. That's me thinking about last summer. Then I think about January now. Now, again, was Arteta asking for attacking reinforcements? I actually believe so. I definitely know the players wanted it because Declan Rice and all of them basically alluded to it. But even if let's just consider the fact, let's just say Arteta was deluded to say in January with all them injuries, I don't want to sign an attacker. If you're above him and you're a serious club and you want to win stuff and you can see the opportunity, like we've if we look at the example of, imagine the league campaign was, we're driving on the motorway, the petrol signs come up on our car, we've still, we've gone past several pit stops and still not done anything in that regards. We reached the January period where that's the last petrol station. We didn't put no petrol in the car. So even if Arteta did believe like that, if he was a serious club and you could see you might be able to, with a couple of additions, somewhat salvage the title race, get over the line in the cups and whatnot, you act in the market. And I think the January period in particular makes me look at the club very funny. And this is the summer where everybody's got if you are living in a positive bubble, it needs to pop. You need to see things for exactly what they are. We're not as good as some people make out. We're definitely not terrible. We're in it. We've got some positives, but we have stagnated. We have regressed. Do you want to kick it? Do you want to kick on to the next level or not? That's why, I mean, as much as this kit is amazing and whatnot, and I know my money doesn't make a difference, I'm not buying none of these new kits. This is just me. I'm not buying none of these new kits until I see certain things in the transfer market. And you lot know me. I'm never one of them kind of fans, people. But I'm disillusioned, man. Like, you lot haven't been moving serious this year. You haven't. And saying that, you got to 2 semi-finals. So that tells you you're not as good as you think you are. Definitely not as bad as things are. So act in the market, man. The kit is clean, man. Aesthetically, the kit is okay, but it's just a marginal change. Just no blue trim as with this season. To be fair, some of the pictures, it does look a bit better, man. It does look better than I gave it credit for. Like, shout out to Gal, he was showing me the kit, or what was led to be believed the kit. Well, it actually is, on his live stream. And the concept pictures don't do it justice. I must admit, I'm never going to buy a goalie kit, but the goalie kit's wavy. By the way, Wanyeri and David Raya will have new numbers. Wanyeri will be number 22 next season. David Raya gets the number 1 shirt, people. So that means the number 14, the number 10, they're still there. They're still there, man. Can we dream? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, it looks nice, man. It looks nice. What do you lot think? It looks nice. Well, yeah, man, and you'd imagine against Newcastle, we're going to wear that. It makes sense. Last home game of the season, new kits come out, Armory going crazy and whatnot. So, yeah, the details behind the new kit, I mean, yeah, is what it is. I'll buy the kit when they buy strikers. I want to see in the same shirt. If Gyokeres comes, I'll buy all 3 shirts. Hey, man, like, I just feel a bit disillusioned, man. I want to buy it. Of course, I want Arsenal to take my money, and I know my money don't make a difference, but I need to... away from the fact that I'm an Arsenal fan and I love the club and I love watching Arsenal, like, you don't need to get me back on side. I'm a bit disillusioned with how you lot have moved this year, man. You're giving me some good nights, some good days, Real Madrid, City, put them trophies in the cabinet. We might as well embrace it. Other than that, boy, it is what it is. Good afternoon, Deluded, and all in the chat. I'm watching Hendon Gooner. Appreciate you. Junior Films, one love, man. Who says it's impossible they won't die if they didn't get a kit? Huh? Because buying kits enables the shit the club is in. They said fans cannot complain about the owner or manager if they're still getting revenue. I mean, realistically, the club's still eat in several ways. Like, this is a football club, innit? They're getting paid off merch, they're getting paid off tickets, paid off memberships, paid off tours, paid off TV rights. It's like, it is what it is, really and truly. If you work hard for your money, no one can tell you what to do. If you want to buy the kit, buy it. If you don't, innit? Brother, I am at the point where I don't care anymore. And that's sad, because beyond all, as a football fan, you should have hope. You should have hope. You should be going to your job or doing what you're doing from Monday to Friday, having a smile on your face, whether you're going to the games or waking up to watch Arsenal or any club and having hope. So there's nothing I can say to change how you feel, but it's sad, P, man. It's sad, man. It's impossible for, I don't know why your comment's not coming up, my dude, but you said it's impossible for fans not to buy kits. Some people are just fans for fans' sakes. And I don't think that's anything wrong. But again, that's the tribal element of being a football fan, or just like, I don't want to talk about football and religion because the lines get blurred, but it does border on religion. Supporting a football club in theory don't make no sense. How many times, whether you support Arsenal or not, have you said, I'm done, I'm not watching the team anymore, I'm vexed, I'm this, I'm that? You're there next week, or you're there the next day, or you're there in a couple of days, or you might be dissing the player. I don't rate him. 5 games, 10 games, he's playing terrible. He then starts playing well. Everybody loves him. The same goes for the manager. It's a fickle business, this football sport that we love, man. Well, go on, Boston. Work rate impeccably superior to the rest. I wish, man. I'm trying, though, man. Big up the chat. Smash the like button if you haven't, people. Make sure you're commenting. As you know, there's bare tabs. We're progressing and whatnot. Project self-sustaining model continues and will forever. And you know the sad thing is, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being self-sustaining and not wanting to flash the cash and all of that. Because I don't think that's the reason we're not in a Champions League final. I haven't won a trophy this year, last year, or the other. It's within the premise of that. Have we maximized everything we need to maximize? Have we bought correctly? Have we addressed the evident holes in the squad? No, we ain't. 1 minute we've got war chest, then we've got 100 million, then we're keeping the powder dry, then we're struggling to we're close to FFP and PSR, then we hear we're not. We're clearly in a good financial position. Just act in the market. Of course, we'd all love the stars and the price tags that it comes with it, but for me and many Arsenal fans, we just want to go into the season knowing that anything can happen. Even if you act in the market, you're not guaranteed to win anything, but just knowing, regardless of injuries, refereeing decisions, we just feel that the club has done all they can to give us appropriate tools to last the course of the season, because there's 3, including this year, 3 very different seasons, very different contexts and talking points. The bottom line is we have not done what this club has sought out to do and win any sort of silverware or the majors. So how let's be harsh on the problem. How do we go around that? And I think a lot of it is on the tactical front, and a lot of it is down to recruitment. We need, like, you look at games like PSG or a lot of the draws, sometimes you're just going to be shit in games or shit across the season, and you just need players who can bail you out, man. Now, KSC promised that the Emirates would put us on the top. They effing lied to us. Self-sustaining is to stop us. I wish there was stuff I could say, man, but it is what it is. We need 2 forwards. TC Monitor, that's dream chasing. I don't think you're wrong. In the ideal world, you get your Gyokeres, your number 1 striker. You got a decent deputy. Just throwing random names out there. Maybe a Cesco, maybe a young Liam Delap. You could go the opposite end of the scale with an Ollie Watkins, tie you over for a few years. Ain't gonna happen, man. Voting with your wallet only works when it's done by a lot of people. Exactly. All you can do is self-care, bro. All you can do is self-care. If you getting in the right headspace, is you buying the kit, or you saying, yo, if I don't see certain things in the market, I'm not buying anything, or I'm not renewing my season ticket, or I'm not going to games. All you can do is yourself, because you can't change it. One man can't change it. If I'm a season ticket holder and I give it up, I'm exaggerating, but millions of people want to fight for that. If I say I'm not going, I got a ticket and I'm not going, a million people want to buy that. And for every one of us, 2 of us, 10 of us that say we're not buying the shirt, to be honest, I'm only 20 minutes away from the Emirates. I bet there's hella lines. I'm pretty Saka shirt must be sold out already. The number 7 shirt, the number 7 number, when you want to put names on the back of your shirt, is probably done. It is what it is, man. Very smart, these football clubs. But if fans are unhappy with owners and managers, then buying kits or merch or even season tickets / club memberships helps enable them. Businesses need revenue to survive. I hear that. Part A, Trossard not in the new kits. Forget this Joao Pedro Brighton shit out. Another Joao Pedro next season because they have Mitoma there mentoring all the attackers and dribblers. I'm not against Joao Pedro, I must admit, man. I think it could be a decent little addition for ourselves. As I said, Raya and Wanyeri have new shirt numbers, people, 22 and number 1 respectively. Obviously, Wanyeri will be wearing number 22. I wonder why he picked the number 22. And I wonder if Lewis Skelly's set for a new... Well, we would have found out if he was set for a new number in it, because Tierney's set to give up the number 3. Maybe Calafiori changes. Maybe we bring in another left back. To be fair, I think Lewis Skelly might... You should make number 49 yours, if I'm completely honest with you. In the same way Declan Rice made number 41 his, people. William Saliba's been selected or part of an 8-man shortlist for Premier League Young Player of the Season. I don't think it's been the best of seasons from Saliba, but nice to see him nominated. You've got Liam Delap, Alanga, Gravenberg, Heinsohn, Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro, Morgan Rogers, and William Saliba. Who would you give the vote to? I can't lie. For me, I'd give it either Gravin. I'd say first pick. If I had to like give 3 votes, I'd say Gravenberch for me, number one. Number two, I'd say Hodgson, to be fair. And then I'd say Morgan Rogers. I say Hodgson because defenders don't really get as the clout that they deserve. I big up Saliba. I don't know how the judging works. Big up Cole Palmer. I don't know for statistics, but if Cole Palmer's there or if Liam Delap's there, I can't lie. Where's Miles Lewis Skelly? As someone that's been nominated for awards and been shagged as well, I know how it feels, but I'm not saying Lewis Skelly should win it. How on God's green earth is Miles Lewis Skelly not on this? In a matter of months, you saw what he's done. You've seen the England cap. You've seen his first name on the team sheet. Fair enough, man. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Should we see what allegedly Stan Kroenke's up to? Allegedly, Stan Kroenke triples Arsenal's investment as 3.4 billion takeover appraisal confirmed. As the owners of one of the world's most valuable sports empires worth close to 15 billion. Must be nice, isn't it? And the 89th richest person in the world, Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke, has seen a fair few investments take off. The Missouri-born billionaire has also married into the Walton family, who own Walmart, the world's largest company by revenue. So Arsenal is just one of the many things that these lot own, people. Arsenal's revenue of 616 million was barely 1% of Walmart's in most recent respective financial years. Of course, most people like Walmart, I guess, ain't that what own supermarkets and Asda and that. More people are going to go to supermarkets than are going to go to football games. While the supermarket chain generated 14.5 billion profit compared to the Gunners' 18 million loss, but Kroenke recognizes that football finance is a huge growth market. Why? Because regardless of what Mikel Arteta's side does on the pitch, they have a global brand which the Kroenkes think can be more effectively monetized than it has historically. Fair enough. Businessmen do business things, no issues with that, but can we win some trophies? That is why, despite financial losses persisting across the Premier League, investments from the United States continues to flow. Exactly how Kroenke Sport and Entertainment think they can get to that stage where they are generating chunky regular profits isn't clear. Like every nearly owner in football, they keep their cards close to their chest when it comes to their motivations. Many experts at TBR Football speak to and visualize about technology such as immersive reality as the next big revenue plateau. What the hell are they talking? They're talking that jargon. Someone explain what the hell that is. I don't want to type it to ChatGPT. Kroenke is invested in this industry personally as part of a fund that raised 240 M's for immersive reality platform Cosmos last year. Brother, how does this affect Arsenal? What does this mean for my football club? This is all great. What you do in your other business realm is your business. The idea here is for Arsenal to be accessible to more paying customers in international markets. Pick up the overseas ones. However, it is in N5 where Josh Kroenke appears to think the biggest gains can be made, with the owners looking to expand the Emirates Stadium's capacity to 80,000. Obviously, stuff ain't cheap. Okay. And we earn from match day income and stadium capacity 131 million. United earn 137. Spurs are third. Only time they've been in top 4 this season, ain't they? Okay. So we ain't really learned nothing. We're valued at 3.4 billion, which is cool. And apparently he's invested 1.3 billion since he first bought Arsenal in 2007. What does this mean? We're currently the 7th most valuable team in the world. Why are Stan Kroenke's LA Rams worth so much more than Arsenal? Because it cares about them a lot more, innit? This is a painful read, man. It's a nice kit. Not but incredibly the detail. The letter A all over the shirt and the Arsenal printed on the back. It's nice. If we get Gyokeres and Rodrigo, I'll buy them all. Fair enough. I only bought the away kit this season. I need to buy the away kit from this year. Yeah, I'm waiting to see who in the summer. The kit with the winner's badge is always the best. Sorry, Arsenal fans. Look at this guy, man. I love the Gothic A in the background. Gyokeres 14. I buy the kit when strikers. I hear that. Facts TG. Last kit I got was 2020 FA Cup winners kit. KSI and Adidas ain't getting my money. But Adidas, they do make some fucking nice kits, don't they? Appreciate you for continuing to be a member. 53 months, over a year. DG, what would you say to Bert? What would you say Bert to-do list over the summer? Striker, centre mid, left wing, goalie, left back. Clearly need to get Williams, Saliba, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Magalhaes, and based on reports, Thomas Partey and Trossard new deals. The last two based on reports. See what we can do in terms of outgoings. Simply put, make sure when the window closes and it's just focusing on the football that we believe we have a competitive squad at the very least. We need a goalie, man. We need a goalie. That Carl Hein guy can stay and be third choice. We need a goalie, man. We need a goalie. Verts. Forget about it, man. I'd love to be proven wrong. Who wouldn't want Florian Wirtz? But forget about it. Smash the like button if you haven't. Arsenal, Gyokeres, Nico / Rodrigo, Garcia, and Xavi Simons / Wirtz. Dreaming with the Wirtz thing, my boy. Dreaming, man. It's no accident Brighton priced Matoma so highly, makes their economy work. And to be fair, they're living. Didn't they reject 70, 80, 90 million from Saudi? Xabi Alonso and company win the champions before Arteta, and Arteta's going to have to get a move on. If we're getting Pedro, we might as well keep Trossard, as you said, and Martinelli. Liverpool cleaning up all awards, clean sweeps, Slot, Salah, Gravenberch, fair play. I don't know why Lewis Kelly ain't there. Well, maybe it's because of the red cards he had. So many injured players coming back for 2025-26. 3-4 incoming players is what we'll get. Well, just please, can we just get over the line in something come May, man? I'm not surprised Miles Lewis Kelly didn't make the list. Gravenberch or Rodgers. I'd give it Gravenberch. His team won the league. I know that is something to do with him, but, you know, it's a bit harsh on Villa. I think Gravenberch has been very good this season. I think Morgan Rodgers, to be fair. I think there's a lot of worthy candidates on that list, if I'm honest, man. Marcel, you're not allowed to say Gravenberch. If it's not Gravenberch, who else would you say? And to be fair to Newcastle, like, as much as I'm waffling about Lewis Kelly not being on the list, Lewis Hall, how's he not on the list? Joao, very good player, but let's try securing the main meals before ordering any sides. Get me Joao Pedro, but I wouldn't play him up front. You can deputize up front, but you could play an Odegaard's role. You could play off the left. I think like kind of what you're alluding to. If you get him, I still need to see Cesco or Gyokeres. I need an out-and-out number 9. Regardless, we'd be able to sell Cabo for 25 million if Matoma schooled him on dribbling. You know, what have you been smoking today with Matoma as a teacher and whatnot? Smash the likes on your way in. Unfortunately, a lot has to change in the KSC asset column because we're at the top of the list as it stands. Boy, Liverpool is one with a self-sustaining PSR. Exactly. And to be fair with you, I do think Liverpool owe it to their fans and Slot to invest because they're at the pinnacle, in it. Like, they won the league. The only way is down if you don't maintain. But I very much doubt Liverpool fans will be glazing off their owners and saying they're the best thing since sliced bread, essentially. You know, look at the incompetence. You've let a generational right-back leave for free. Quite fortunate Salah and Van Dijk stayed. Didn't give Arne Slot a transfer window in his first year in a matter of months after taking over from a legendary figure with Jurgen Klopp. Whether Liverpool thought they're going to win a league or not, somehow they made it happen. And yes, this is isolated to this year, but I don't think FSG has ever been heralded by Liverpool fans. I've seen them win champs, seen them win 2 Premier League titles, seen what Michael Edwards has done as well as Jurgen Klopp. So you are relying on kind of individuals. Of course, your club is always going to be crippled if your owners don't want to kind of push, but it can be done. Like, it can be done. And I know I'm not defending KSC and all of these things, but at the end of the day, yeah, we've somehow, despite all of this, got to a semi-final, 2 semi-finals, been fighting for the league, you know, seen us lose it last year on the last day. So we've done a lot. We just need to get over the line. And to be fair, we can't just sit and get at the Kroenkes because, yeah, I'm not happy with how you run the club, but self-sustaining, if I accept it, Arteta has been able to sign a world-class number 6 at the time, which is our club record transfer, and turn him into an 8. They have backed the guy that ripped up deals and all of these things. And if we cut the crap, you know, I don't want to hear woe is me about Mikel Arteta. And actually, I allow Berta for this year, but Berta in general, because if you really thought the guys that employ you are that bad, I'm not backing the Kroenkes, but if they're that bad, why would you take the job? And in Arteta's case, why would you sign a new deal? I don't know. Best thing about Arsenal today is the few selected YouTube shows yours being one of them. Arteta out. Appreciate you, my boy. Big up my members. Appreciate you, my boys. It depends, man. Getting a lot of heat in my comments. Like, you know what? Comments don't get to me, but I'm just like, oh, perception is everything, isn't it? Because 1 minute you're an apologist, then you're this, then you're that. Like, every comment, there's a next one, really. So yeah, man. Away from that, discuss Joao Pedro, people. He's the latest player to be linked with Arsenal. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea are all showing interest in Brighton forward Joao Pedro, that is, ahead of the summer transfer window. Now, I know people are going to hear this and be like, oh, attitude problem, but I like the fact he's got a bit of edge to him. I know he got away with an elbow, but I like that. I think he would, Chelsea got more players than sense, but I think he would fit in at all of them. I don't know if you'd be the line leader for Arsenal, Liverpool, or Chelsea. I think you'd tie in very well at Liverpool. I actually think you'd be quite the signing for them. I'm having you at Arsenal, provided we get an out-and-out hitman as well. I'm all for it. But as we all know, Brighton are hustlers, and the richer Brighton have got, the more they drag their heels, really and truly. You know, who's really got a decent. I don't know how. I think he had a release clause. I don't know how Liverpool got McAllister for 35 odd million, which they probably still made a profit on him. But you get the point. People, you lot are buying it, man. To the 69 of you who've hit the like button, 70 now. Appreciate you. 200 of you odd in here. How we not got 100 likes, man? Come on, come on. It's free. It helps the algorithm, man, and it helps us get closer to 70k mods. You lot have slacked off. Make sure you're reminding people. But continuing the theme, this was reported by Sam Dean of The Telegraph in relation to Pedro. Apparently, industry insiders expect a busy summer in the striker market, and the Brazilian forward is one of interest to three of the biggest clubs. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea all showing an interest in the Brighton forward. Apparently, the three Premier League giants are among the admirers of Pedro, who has 30 goals in 70 games since obviously joining from Watford. This is why I think he could be part of the squad, but I don't know if he could be the number 9. The three clubs are all looking to strengthen their front line ahead of next season, with industry insiders expecting a busy summer window for forwards. Yeah, because if I just say some random names, some need a number 1, some need another option. All of these teams, you could argue, need a striker. Unpopular opinion: City, you don't, Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, West Ham United. Everybody needs forwards, man. Apparently, Liverpool are expected to be active in the market, and Slot is set to be backed with one of the club's biggest ever transfer budgets. Simultaneously, they have been linked with Wirtz, and it seems like they're going to get a replacement in Trent Alexander-Arnold in Frimpong. Seems like Slot is going to get rid of Darwin Núñez. For Arsenal, though, apparently we're understood to be long-term admirers of Pedro, and we have explored the possibility of signing him in previous seasons. So what's changed now? Why do we think we have more of a chance now than in previous seasons? Did we think we didn't need him? Has there been a shift in the price tag? Are we more convinced? Is there willingness from Brighton to let him go? Does he want to go? I don't know. Arsenal are considering a number of attacking options at centre forward and left wing. Again, you know, you're going to see the names Viktor Gyokeres and Nico Williams. Chelsea have an admiration for Pedro. They're still linked with Benjamin Cesco, and they're actually linked with Liam Delap, where if you read reports, it seems like Man United have won the race to sign him, people. Whatever that means, Clivert, you never know. Whoever listens to Transfer Talk this early needs medical help. Fair enough, man. Then you have to answer why you're here, mate. Blessings from Bromtown DG. The only proper outcome should be adding 5 players to our squad. Sell 5 and add 10. I don't care, but our squad is light. It's that simple. It's very light. And we knew this going into the season. Big up DG. Love the progression. I don't know for progression, but I appreciate it, my boy, nonetheless. Berta will get us Vlahovic or Cesco or Joao Pedro. Boy. Is it Arteta's press conference at the moment? Because I see a couple of you comment that. Please let me know. It can't be, can it? Surely it's tomorrow. Surely it's tomorrow because we're playing at home on Sunday. I don't know. Now, the Independent have been speaking, people, and apparently, if this would close or not. Okay, there we go. Arsenal's search for a striker is centering on a discussion between RB Leipzig's Benjamin Cesco and Sporting's Viktor Gyokeres. Both would cost either 75 million or under due to various clauses and agreements, which would more than fit within the club's budget. I was going to do a video on which striker would be better and actually just do a bit of an in-depth thing and consider all the variables, especially off the pitch. The Independent has previously reported how much of the work so far has been done on Cesco, but the arrival of Andrea Berta as sporting director has brought more talks on Gyokeres. Arsenal are expecting a busy window, with sales also required to increase the transfer budget. Hopefully it's a lot more than the 100 million, innit? I'd take the trophies as well. It can be done. Like, this ain't a damsel in distress thing. If seriously, if Mikel Arteta is coaching staff, even Berta, who I'm not extending this to, if anyone feels they can't achieve their goals at this football club, which is getting over the line and winning trophies, you might as well leave, because the owner's not going anywhere. I'm not saying that because I want that to be the case. They're not going anywhere. Like, for me, maybe I'm looking at this a bit too different, but the owners ain't going anywhere. The managers ain't going anywhere. Talk about getting owners out and getting the manager out. There might be a time when that might lead to something, but right now that's not it. What do we do to get to where we need to get to within that premise? I don't know, but that's the course of action for me anyways, people. But, you know, DG's a fence sitter. Maybe I'm a bit logical, mate. Maybe I am a politician. You know, I'm going to start rolling up here in suits and whatnot, man. You might as well play on it, innit? The Independent has previously reported, already read that. The clauses in Cesco's Leipzig contract have seen prices go up way past an initial 58 million, potentially straight to 75 million. But the fact he is 21 and already performing in the Champions League, which Leipzig haven't qualified for, and Xavi Simons has come out and said he wants to leave, allegedly, according to Romano, means he has fitted with the club's strategy of signing talent with potential for growth. The Slovenian international meets the club's profile in terms of physicality and link-up play, but is not seen as the finished product just yet. He's not. And that's where I think Berta's kind of coming on a win now mode kind of tip, because I think if Berta's not here, and I'd never had a conversation with him, I think you do get Cesco, and the Gyokeres thing's a non-starter. I think Partey keeps it moving, provided you still could have went for Gyokeres or still could have retained Thomas Partey, regardless of Berta coming in, people. But I just think there's a more of elements of players that are kind of right now, because Trossard seems like he might sign a new deal. We're restarting those talks. I've just mentioned Thomas Partey. Gyokeres, it seems like you're the first choice target now. Of course, everybody's linked with everyone. There's a reality where he could be the first choice. We don't get him. You need to get Cesco or someone. I know we're linked with a bunch of strikers. I'd love Isaac. That's not happening. But whether it's Isaac, Gyokeres, Cesco, Watkins, this one, that one, Joe Blogs, make sure once the window is closed, we have a forward. And all the other areas. That's all I care about at this moment in time. So yeah, at the same time, Arteta is conscious of needing goals now. Gyokeres is closer to the finished article at 26 and would potentially mean up to 15 million cheaper than Cesco. Kai Havertz in midfield, wait on it. Among some of the questions being discussed, however, is the Sweden international's ability to translate his goals in the Portuguese league to the Champions League. Which is true. There will be an exchange rate. I don't think you're getting what he's got, something dumb like 48 goals in 50 games. I don't think you're getting that in the Prem. But I also don't agree with this. Oh, he's not the sort of striker in the low blocks and all of this. I hear that they're valid claims. But I've seen, fair enough, the sample size isn't that big. But I've seen Marino find goals here. I've seen Kai Havertz for 2 seasons chip in a lot more of goals than some of his teammates. I've seen us. I don't feel we create enough chances and enough quality of chances, but then you could caveat that with saying we do and we don't take them. Really, a couple of the tap-ins we miss, even against PSG, whether it's, the first 20 minutes, we really think he ain't going to score goals, or are we overcomplicating this thing a bit? I don't know, but it is a risk. It is a risk. And in relation to the Champions League, we battered Sporting, but he had 1-2 moments. He scored a hat-trick against City. Fair enough. People know he was at Coventry. I don't think he pulled up any trees, but he has played in England before. And sometimes everything's a gamble. Like, Cesco's a risk, Gyokeres is a risk. Obviously, we're not getting Isaac, but let's just say, for argument's sake, Newcastle said 120 million, you could have him. Everything's a risk, regardless of the pluses and the negatives. But at least you tried. And also doing nothing is a risk, as we've seen. Arsenal simply retain interest in both Eintracht Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike and Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins, but neither have yet got to the stage that Cesco or Gyokeres have in terms of preparation for the summer deal. So is it them two we're betting on? Worst comes to worst, we like the look of Watkins and Hugo Ekitike. Arteta would love Isaac, as would I. Those whose Newcastle side Arsenal face this Sunday, come on, man. They've had our number. They've pulled our pants down 3 times. Can we please just win the game? Newcastle win their next 2 games. I think they finished second and they won a trophy. And we know the rhetoric that is going to be said. And there's a belief that the Swede would be interested in the move. Any deal is nevertheless seen as impossible. Arteta remains an admirer of Wolves' Cunha too, despite Manchester United widely being seen as near certainties to sign the Wolves attacker for 60 million in the summer. Arsenal would likely only advance on Cunha if there was a reassessment of attacking options. Arteta wants an explosive forward on the left, but that is less of a priority than a forward, and the extent of any deal is dependent on outgoings. We keep being told that outgoings thing, innit? Arsenal's interest in Athletics' Nico Williams has been widely reported. Another option seen as similar to Cunha, however, is Brighton's Joao Pedro. So that kind of, again, maybe I'm reading in too much into it, but this kind of makes you believe Joao Pedro's more seen as a wide option. Obviously, versatility is there, then being a number 9. We've been linked with a new striker at the very least. Apparently, PSG are interested in Borussia Dortmund's Guirassy, but they are not listed in the clubs that can exercise the player's 70 million euros exit clause. Those are Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. With a contract until 2028, Dortmund have no intention of allowing Guirassy to leave this summer, but that could be an issue if they miss out on the Champions League. Decent forward, it's not for me though, man. Barcelona are willing to let go of 8 players. Anyone having any of these? Frankie de Jong, Asu Fati, Gavi, Pena, Ronald Araujo, Hector Ford, Fermin Lopez, Paul Victor. I can already see 3. I'm having Gavi tomorrow. Pena, if you want to come be a third choice keeper. Araujo, you can come for depth purposes. I'm a big fan of Fermin Lopez. Frankie de Jong, I got a love-hate relationship. I think you're a baller, and I'm taking you on that. But I don't think you stand up to be counted in moments of adversity, really. Sporting have an agreement in place with Gyokeres to let him leave for 70 to 75 million euros this summer, and hope a bidding war could push that amount higher. However, that is unlikely with the player already grabbed emotionally and even financially by Arsenal. Arsenal have been told that, that equates to about 60 million. He would apparently be on 200 grand a week, which would make him one of our top earners. And when you consider Saliba, Saka, Magalhaes new deals, potentially Thomas Partey and Trossard, any newcomers that come into the club, you're still going to have Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz on the wage bill. Gabriel Jesus for at least another year, at least the man isn't fit. And then all the other players that on the face of it might only be earning 40, 50k a week, but it all kind of adds up. Berta is not going to sleep a wink this summer. I feel sorry for him, if I'm honest. Liverpool apparently have entered the race for Gyokeres and have already initiated the first contacts. Now, again, don't doubt it, but that's another club you can make a case of needing a striker. And as we know, it's transfer business. There's no way of proofreading. People, appreciative to you. Look, we've got 113 likes. Can we make a push? Big up to you. Look, you have hit the like button. There's 300 of you in here. Can we make a push to around 200, man? Keep it flowing, people. It don't cost a thing. Don't be a casual viewer. While Arsenal's interest in Gyokeres is genuine, any potential deal is expected to be complex and drawn out. Why is that the case? Why do you lot think? Apparently, Garcia divides opinion at Arsenal as Mikel Arteta loves him, but Berta would prefer to allocate the funds elsewhere. The manager chased Garcia last summer and in January, but a move never materialized. We will go back to that. We have seen reports today Arsenal only have 100 million to spend on new signings this summer. Potential sales could increase this budget. Classic rage bait, man. What's this? Jonathan David apparently has announced he will leave Lille, people. He's been linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Barcelona, actually Napoli this last week, as well as Inter Milan and Juventus. Any takers? Probably be on expensive wages. Huijsen was linked with Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. It seems like Real Madrid are about to get their man. His twerking has paid off because all he's been doing in the last few weeks is twerking for Real Madrid. And it'll be Xabi Alonso's first signing, isn't it? And it looks like they're going to play it back free. Apparently, they've activated his release clause and they're tying up loose ends in relation to that. Xavi Simons will leave Leipzig this summer. Romano has confirmed in a transfer bomb that will interest numerous Premier League clubs. We have previously been interested in him, people. Even at a point, it was made clear that his stay at Leipzig might not be a long one, with interest from the likes of Man United, Liverpool and Arsenal cited. Xavi Simons' decision has been made. He's ready to leave Leipzig this summer. Plan confirmed, as reported in recent months. He's ready for a new chapter with top Premier League clubs and buying all attentive to his situation. Leipzig are aware of the player's plans. Fair enough. What is he said? Last summer he said, I'm still a young player. I have many dreams and the club knows that. But right now, the most important thing for me is to play well in the upcoming games. Then we have international matches. And after that, sit down and see what happens. To be fair, it is a World Cup year. So some players might move or not move in the summer, depending on how they think they figure in their clubs, their country, plan. Gyokeres will get a salary of around 8.3 million. Apparently, he's the undisputed top target for the 9 position following the arrival of Berta. We keep hearing the same things in it, and it's getting a bit boring, really. But yeah, man, Dean Jones has said Arsenal are making backup plans for midfield in case they fail to reach an agreement with Partey, who apparently reports say he wants his future decided this week. Well, next week. There's optimism that a new agreement can be reached, but due to a desire to be prepared for every eventuality, the club are making sure they have awareness of potential deals that can be struck. Ideally, they would like someone already within the Premier League, given Zubimendi is going to join them from abroad, and they do not want to have too many players who are not completely settled in the country by the start of the season, people. Arsenal's priority in the transfer market will be to sign off the deal for Zubimendi to join them and then sign a left-sided attacker and centre forward. There's potential for another centre mid to come in, as well as a centre defender or left back, depending on how the market opens up in June and July, people. We've gone over this Guirassy thing, so I won't read that again. Romano said, my information is that Real Madrid understood at the beginning of May that signing Saliba this summer was impossible for Arsenal. He's a crucial player and they are discussing a new contract. Arsenal have the ball in their court to close the agreement, keep Saliba at the club and extend his contract. Real Madrid's position is clear. They will sign Huijsen now, but Saliba remains the dream target. I mean, to have Huijsen, Saliba, and they're still linked with Konate and Hato and any other decent player, How greedy Real Madrid, man. Leave some for the rest of us. Arsenal and Liverpool are starting to believe they could sign Rodrigo this summer. Both clubs are getting excited at the prospect. It's understood Rodrigo has 90% made up his mind to leave Real Madrid. He did post on social media to stop making rumors about him. So we'll have to see. We are still being linked with the 20-year-old Fiorentina centre-back Pedro Gyokeres, who's apparently highly rated in Serie A. Apparently, he will not leave for anything less than 20 to 25 million. As well as Man United, Arsenal and Chelsea are in the mix. Did he not sign a new deal? Was in the process of signing a new deal. He's had a breakout season. How many times have we seen that? Young emerging talent plays well. Everyone in the Premier League's on to them. They sign a new deal and get a lot more money. And then the world keeps spinning. Again, apparently on the party front, he's willing to reject lucrative offers from Saudi Arabia with his preference to sign a new deal at Arsenal. The player hopes an agreement can be found and would ideally like the situation resolved before Arsenal's final game of the season, which is next week. Thank the Lord. We've spoken about the Huijsen lad. We've gone over Lewis Skelly and Nwaneri. Well, not really Lewis Skelly's keeping the same number, but if you're just tuning in, Nwaneri will be number 22 next season. Raya, as you can see here, will go from being number 22 to wearing the number 1 shirt. Saka is set to become Arsenal's highest earner, with insiders suggesting he will smash clear of the 300 grand a week barrier when he signs his contract extension. William Saliba will also head towards the 300k a week mark, sources have told Give Me Sport. Fair enough, they deserve it. Arsenal would allegedly prioritize a move to sign Nico Williams, that is, over Rodrigo, even though the Brazilian is inching increasingly closer to summer exit from Real Madrid. Sevilla have practically decided Lokonga will not stay at Sevilla next season, so that's another thing that Berta's going to have to do, people. Apparently the new Arsenal home kit costs 85 million, definitely not 85 million, 85 pound, with an additional cost of £7.20 for a name, number and Premier League badge. The initial increase is £5, with the 2024-25 shirt costing 80 quid. I mean, how much does it cost to sign a striker? Apparently, Gyokeres and Victor Osimhen are both thought to be available for 60 million. Are you lot doing that or not, people? 21 years ago, the good old days. So we got the good old days. And God knows that, if it wasn't for those cheating, meddling Sir Alex Ferguson kids, what our unbeaten run would have been. But yeah, man. Those were the days. Max Dolman is set to join Arsenal on their pre-season tour. He'll be eligible to make his debut next season. I think he turns 16 in December. Arsenal Sporting have an agreement to sign Viktor Gyokeres, people, if you believe that. We've gone over Miguel Delaney speaking. See, I make sure I don't miss anything for you lot, people. I mean, Arteta would love Isaac, and there's a belief the player would be interested. But again, Newcastle got to want to make it happen, man. I reckon if you put me in a room with Ashanti or Kelly Rowland, they'll definitely be feeling my thing, but there's a barrier in the way. How do you get there? Real Madrid want to sign Saliba this summer, despite conflicting reports we just read. Liverpool are ready to go head-to-head with both City and Bayern to sign Wirtz. Throw our hat in the ring. Barcelona are keen to rival Arsenal in moving for Espanyol keeper Garcia. Rangers could be going City. This is the kind of midfield profile we need, man, if not the specific player. We've gone over that already. Arsenal will prioritize the signing of a new keeper in the summer transfer window. Apparently, we're planning multiple deals in the off-season. Imagine Ramsdale, man. You should have just wanted to be our number 2, man. It all could have been gone. Apparently, Kivio is on the radar of both Juventus and Inter Milan. A couple of days ago, we heard Arsenal want to give him a new deal, but he's double down on his want to leave, owing to actually getting more regular football. Sane doesn't appear any closer to signing a new contract at Bayern Munich, and apparently this has given Arsenal encouragement in our pursuit of signing the current, soon-to-be, if he doesn't change, Bayern Munich winger, people. And he's changed agents, allegedly. He's got to get paid in Saudi, but then again, it is a World Cup year. Once again, we've gone over the Jonathan David thing. We got anything else? What was that? Nico Williams has said goodbye to his teammates. Arsenal are well placed to land one of their favoured attackers in the summer transfer window. Get to the tosh of this, mate. Multiple reports have suggested the Gunners want to improve their front line over the summer in order to take the next step. Williams is on the radar. Williams is targeting the Premier League, where Arsenal and Chelsea have stepped up their interest. It's stated there is talk of an imminent departure in the summer, and Williams has already begun, to say goodbye to some teammates. There's also rumours he needs surgery in the summer, whatever that means. Ollie Watkins was left disappointed. Aston Villa rejected Arsenal's offer. Okay, we'll come back for you in the summer. Arsenal are plotting a move to sign Anthony Gordon. We've heard we're interested in him before. Bro, English tax, key player, New deal just signed. Whether you believe he's worth it or not, bro, if you're Newcastle, you're saying 70, 80, 90, 100 million. There's probably, and also with that, I'm sure they spent 40 million on him from Everton. If Everton did their job, there's probably a little sell-on clause in this deal. This is a myth. I like Gordon. You would bang on the left-hand side, but this is a myth. Big, big myth. Accept huge offers. To be fair, did Liverpool not try and sign Gordon last summer? I don't know, man. Arsenal are looking to strengthen out wide. We've spoken about Martinelli, and if he leaves, they want to bring someone in who is better than him. And there are a few names on the radar. It's not hard to find better than Martinelli, is it? And you should be bringing in better than him anyways, as much as I love Nelly. One player they've shown interest in is Anthony Gordon. They've been looking at him, keeping an eye on his situation in case he becomes available. Newcastle have a bit of uncertainty about them because of their financial situation. But Newcastle got an exciting project. You'd be a fool to leave if I'm honest. If they can offer a lot of money for him, Newcastle might have to accept. But how much would they want, and how much of the budget does that eat up? You want to take Kivior, Reece Nelson, any of Trossard, Newcastle? You can deal with us, man. Then Arsenal have to decide whether the money it would take to bring him in is worth what he'll bring to the team and whether he's the right fit. But he's still young. There's a reason they're looking at him for a while. I mean, Gordon would be a treat, man. I think fans would love his attitude more than anything. Juventus have failed to agree a new contract with Vlahovic, who won't be presented with another offer. So Newcastle were linked with him yesterday on the topic of them. We know he's free to leave Juventus. You know, Juventus have let Thiago Motta go. They're being run amok, you know, like Hoytson's going Real Madrid. Bournemouth bought him for pennies a year ago. I'm sure that Juventus bought Lloyd Kenny from Newcastle for more than they sold Hoyson for. Vlahovic I think he's the top earner in Serie A. Again, talked about signing new deal or not signing new deal. So again, and also the striker market. Strikers appear to be all the range. His name is going to keep being thrown into stuff. He's been linked with us. He's been linked with us, Aston Villa and Newcastle in the last 24 hours. Graham Bailey understands Juventus have now decided to walk away from contract negotiations with Vlahovic, given he won't accept a drop in wages. So again, if you won't take a drop with Juventus, if you're moving to England and the Premier League and the riches and one of the biggest in the Premier League, bro, are you taking it? There are some circumstances you can say yes, but thinking about it logically, because this is a job at the end of the day. Would you take a wage cut? To which, cool, you don't want to take a wage cut. How much are you going to want? Because you probably, I don't know how that works out weekly, but if you're getting 12, you know, what is it? 12 mil a year, his salary or something a season or whatever it is, whatever, forget the numbers, whatever he's getting at Juventus, do you not want to get more at Arsenal or Villa or whatever? I don't know, man. I don't know. And his contract is running out, people. What is the asking price they've set? Although Vlahovic's reps have been in touch with several other Premier League sides too, Aston Villa, Newcastle United, and Tottenham Hotspur have been spoken to, as have Nottingham Forest. Be interesting to see go to Forest. Newcastle United, I mean, to have him and Isaac be great, but you won't be the number one. However, it's likely any of those clubs would need a Champions League finish to entice the striker to England. That being said, Forest could emerge as a serious option for Vlahovic. To be fair, he has got his international body over there. He could be available for as little as 25 million. And apparently Galatasaray are paying attention to him, depending on what happens with Osman. 25 million. But then again, you caveat that with how much he's going to want with wages. It's not going to make sense. Arsenal turned attention to a green deal for Martinelli replacement. Who? Hasn't said anything. Martinelli, 1 minute, we're keen to let you go. Then we're going to give you a new deal. Apparently, he's got a contract at the Emirates until 2027, with Arsenal holding the option to extend it by 12 months, people. Arsenal prepared to open Saliba talks. You want to hear that, and that's all you want to hear. Player wants bargain move to Arsenal. Barcelona keen, but Gunners move is the plan. Arsenal been chasing Garcia, made a 20 million euros bid last summer. Okay. Barcelona are keen on him. They haven't made an offer. Arteta side are pushing. There are other Premier League clubs looking at the stopper, including Tottenham Hotspur. How many keepers Spurs are going to buy? Probably as much as us. Bournemouth, Manchester United, and Manchester City. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Bayern Leverkusen have all set their sights on the Spaniard. Despite interest from these clubs, the report states Garcia is aiming for Arsenal. This is now giving them a clear edge to secure his services, either by activating his clause or reaching an agreement with Espanyol. The player has a 25 million euros release clause, which will rise to 30 million euros for the last 15 days of the transfer window. That looks like a bargain for a keeper who many in Spain feel is destined for the very top. So how long are you going to have Raya and Garcia without making a decision, people? Arsenal want to sign outstanding Premier League defender alongside Højlund. We're not getting Højlund. We're still linked with Brentford's Collins. I wouldn't mind you, the 24-year-old, as part of depth purposes, but I don't really think that's going to happen. We've been linked with Calomendo, people, according to Just Arsenal, which is a left field choice, the French international. Not really. He's at Rennes now, isn't it? Sure, he was at PSG initially. Didn't really pull up any trees. Had a good season or two a couple of years ago at Lens. Other than that, it's not really brought much to the table. So it's an interesting one, but at least it's another name. 17 goals and 3 assists in all comps this season. And we can't afford to get this transfer window wrong. I agree with that, man. What else? Apparently, PSG could still sign centre-back Joao Pedro from Club Brugge, even though he has reached a verbal agreement with Arsenal. If you know about that centre-half, please feel free to update me. On the topic of centre-halves, we did hear yesterday Arsenal are monitoring the progress and availability of 2 teenage defenders with both Rosario Central's Juan Jimenez and Real Madrid Castilla's Viktor Valpenez. Scouting mission will be drawn on them, but why not, man? If they got potential, if Man United get in the race for Adam Wharton, we should, man. But 100 million, I don't think that's us. And I mean, you'd be great at Liverpool, City, Arsenal, or Manchester United. And I'm sure Crystal Palace fans think you're great there. I've done a video on Mr. Angelo Steeler before. Would love him, but we've already seen him to get Zubimendi, so that makes that a myth. Anyone want to go back for Lacazette? Apparently, he'll play his final match at Lyon this Saturday. Interesting. So yeah, we've gone over that. Chelsea are still being linked with Joao Hato. We need to be getting involved, man. Don't let him go over there. Nothing here. We can close those tabs. See, I do close tabs. Arsenal are reportedly eyeing up a potential transfer move for Las Palmas defender Mikel Morel this summer. Morel can play centre-back or left-back. Fair enough, 23 years of age, could be cut price. We probably do need a defensive addition. So, yeah, and probably a couple of players leaving. Martin Zubimendi to Arsenal is understood to be all but done, if you believe such people. Barcelona have 3 goalkeepers on their list, which includes Arsenal target Garcia if Szczesny decides to leave. What's this? This has said Nico Williams is looking for a new house in London. I mean, you got money, but would you look for a house unless you're going somewhere? I don't know. What's Romano said on Højlund? Højlund is expected to be the third here we go of the summer for Real Madrid after the new coach, Xabi Alonso and Trent. Højlund was always given priority to Real Madrid, even if, including tonight, clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal also always called to be informed on the situation. Chelsea and Arsenal have been in regular contact in the last 24 hours to understand what happens, if they can still enter the race in case the deal collapses. Chelsea and Arsenal have been fighting on this one. Well, that's that. There's no more fighting to be done. The man's made his decision. I can't begrudge him for going Real Madrid. Make sure you got alternatives, though. What's this? Oh, Zubimendi hijack stuff again. There seems to be growing talk of Rodrigo leaving Real Madrid this summer, with Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal interested. Chelsea aware of Rodrigo opportunity, said Ben Jacobs. Rodrigo as well, which is like a new name I'm hearing. There's nothing advanced between Chelsea and Rodrigo, but what I can tell you is Real Madrid are willing to let Rodrigo go. He's been forced to play at Real on the right-hand side because of Mbappe and Vinicius, but his best position and where he likes to play is, again, on the left-hand side. We got a spot available, and Chelsea are aware of that market opportunity without really moving on at this point. The same can be said for Arsenal and also Liverpool as well. Is it too early in the market to be speaking of that? Xabi Alonso has a fetish for Martin Zubimendi. Well, and as nothing is signed with Arsenal, the Gunners could be about to feel the pulling power of Real Madrid. You never know, man. But honestly, it's boring with Zubimendi. Until we get it signed, nobody knows exactly what is going on, man. 164 likes, people. We're moving ever closer to 200. I reckon we could do it, man. So, yeah, smash the like button if you haven't. Pure Vibes, appreciate you. Lies Berta is trying to sort out Saliba cover. Anybody from San Sebastian. Bournemouth defender could be on his way to Real Madrid. It looks like such. Rise, Crystal Palace, City can't win anything in their worst season in years. I hear you. Big up Do-Rag Diaries on the raid. Make sure you're following Jaws. He's a spud, but he's all right. But as a strategy, moving players on makes great sense as part of self-sustaining. Brighton make fortunes doing it. We should too. I hear that. And you're right, man. Brentford and Brighton do their thing. A man said spuds winning the Europa League. I hope not. I'll be cheering on Man United for 90 minutes. Hold on. If Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, that means 8 or 9 Prem teams will play in Europe next season. Pardon me. Admittedly, I'm not sure. When are we ever buying a player and selling for 10 plus what we paid inside the year? I wish I knew, man, but we need to be better at hustling, man. Neither Bruno, Gordon, or Isaac are leaving Newcastle. They won the League Cup, will get Champions League, and will contest for the title next season. Boy, who cares about Arsenal? I do. And a lot of people here do. And if you don't care about Arsenal, why are you here, my guy? What's going on? Insanity. Decision making on the same level of decision making as Martinelli, mate, which isn't very good. I know well enough that people not wanting Williams now will want him a year later when he's out of the budget for good. Gordon would be nice, but probably not possible. Can you elaborate on what English tax means? I'm hearing it a lot and I'm not sure what it's referring to. English players, like, let's just say Joe Bloggs is from Somalia. Stephen is from England. They're the same ability, same position, same amount of goals, whatever. The English lad is going to come. He's going to, one might cost 10, one might cost 20. But then I also extend the English tax to, you know, we're not going to get Isaac, for example, but he's not English, but he's at an English club. You're going to have to pay a lot more for these players. How many times do we see players? And actually, you could argue, how many times do you see clubs go over to foreign clubs? They can't get a player, or they place, or the club wants something from an English club that is absurd, and that same club doesn't sell them to the English stores, but sells them to another foreign team for significantly less. It's like going on holiday. You're going to have to pay a tax. Just get to 200 likes, amen. I can't even see us signing 4 players in total. Then they're not serious then. Then I'm going to hear this whole, if everybody's fit and nothing goes wrong, which in life, things go wrong. Things go wrong. I might plan to take my family out and jump in the car, and we know it's a straight motorway to the beach or whatever, but there might be road closures. The car might need petrol. We might have a puncture. You know, I forgot my phone as we're halfway through the journey. You got to be able to pivot. I might need to take a side road. When has anything in life ever been just straightforward? Football's the same. And I big up Dan Case. He's having a great season for the Arsenal's under 18s, if I'm honest with you. But that's where I think some Arsenal fans think everything is favourable. Rightly or wrongly, the ref is going to have bad decisions. Things are just going to go wrong, innit? Anyone that gets football knows what we're referring to. Rashid, make sure you subscribe to him. Appreciate you, my boy. As the man has said, smash the like button. I think it's Gyokeres, Nico, and Xavi Simons. Quite the wage outlay. Can't see it, man. Love to be proven wrong. Love to be proven wrong. And we're going to have to spend a significant amount of time on outgoings if we're honest with ourselves, people. There's so many players. A lot of players we probably even forgot are at the club. Rice has a 9 could bang. Less at that, man. I would offer 60 million euros each for him and bench Odegaard. I think it's cap with the 100 million thing, but it creates a good talking point. 1 minute it's war chest, then it's that. And literally nobody knows. Like, maybe they've got inside information, but nobody knows. But if you're Sky Sports in the case because they reported it, well, you know you're gonna get clicks. You know, people gonna, oh fucking hell, we ain't won the league or and we've only got 100 million. Clicks in it. Clicks in it. And even if it is 100 million, I'm not saying this, and I know release clauses and all these things are exceptions, and I'm no transfer expert, but we might see a player go for 50 million to Newcastle, for example. Newcastle and any club, they don't just give you 50. You don't just type in your pin and there's 50 million. It's over a certain amount of time. Every club, no club would have peas. No business would have peas if it ran like that. Liverpool get Gyokeres, we are dead. If you weren't a mod, I would time you out. Who are you referring to? Bro, did you see the Xavi Simons to Arsenal news? Also Rodrigo news. I think by the time I've seen your comment, we have covered that. Gavi for me. If we get Gavi and Hector front, boy, we're gone. Gavi's cold, man. I do think with Gavi, though, there's no, like in between. People have, like myself, rate him, or people just think he's a workhorse. Big up Berta, man. Berta's got a lot to see. You did see Gonzalo Ramos this week linked to Arsenal, but it's silly season. There's no way of fact-checking these things. There might even be, the wickedest thing is, there might even be an element of truth with some of these rumours, but it's silly season, man. There'll always be Simmons to Arsenal rumours. His agent is David Dean's nephew. Never knew that, but now you do, man. One thing you can say about Gyokeres is he scores goals at every level. If Arsenal is serious about winning next season, he's the one to get. I hear that. Arsenal need Garcia, Gyokeres. Arsenal need Rodrigo / Nico Williams. Xavi Simons would love Verts, but can't get him this year. Smash the likes. I think Havertz is better than Marino. I can't lie. Marino is proper meaty. I ain't trying to really see any of them beyond being squad players. I must admit, the sample size is bigger for Kai Havertz as a striker, but I like the way Marino plays up front a lot more. Both are squad players, man. They need Zubimendi. He's not fully signed yet. Real Madrid remains interested. Listen, as long as we pivot, by all means, go after Gyokeres, Zubimendi, this one, that one. But if they don't sign for us, make sure you've got alternatives. Please make sure when this market ends, we're not talking about the same things. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Pardon me. A transfer is only risky if you haven't done your scouting. Exactly. But then even that, every signing is a risk. You could do all the scouting in the world, believe the player could play, and then for whatever reason, it doesn't happen. It happens in football. I reckon Havertz could do a better job than Odegaard. But it's too late to want JD now. Far too late. He's going Napoli. Real manager wanted him. You can go Napoli, bro. You're within your rights, man. I don't think we're going to miss David, man. 300 viewers, only 100 likes. Road to 70k. Smash the likes, people, and subscribe. Michael, appreciate you because you're always in the comments or the videos without fail, man. Sadly, we will never be able to sell Havertz. He'll probably go on a free. Nobody is paying his wages except us. That is, boy, hit the likes if you haven't. If we get Glock 9, what happens to Havertz? Nothing. Havertz is used in the squad. Arteta probably force him into the team, bro. You bought him for 65 million. You put him on X amount. And I'm not going to lie. I think Kai can be used in the squad. I'm not saying I think Kai is the most amazing player to watch. But I think there's a use for him, or there's going to have to be. Nah, you're going to have to play him. You're not going to be able to shift him unless we wake up one day and we live a movie. Real Madrid wants him, or some club gives us something, or maybe a couple of the German clubs want him. And it's not going to happen, is it? Arsenal need a striker with conviction and severe clinically. Yeah, well, hopefully I've said the word right. We basically don't have a bench. DG next year, we're winning stuff. Define winning. It's a very easy question to answer, but also very difficult to answer. You got to be silly, man. But we'll get us Vlahovic or Cesco or Joao Pedro, bro. Just get us stuff, man. The market is not great for forwards. I think fans will be underwhelmed this summer. Burton needs to get creative. I hear you, and you're not wrong. But end of the day, all of these guys had to start somewhere. Now, everybody has to start somewhere. In January or next summer, whether you support Arsenal or whatever team, we'll be waffling about how we want players that we're not talking about now. Everyone's got to start somewhere. You either pay the premium for these guys like Gyokeres or whatever, or you sign a Gyokeres when he's at Coventry. You sign Isak when he's at Sociedad. You sign a Mo Salah when he's at Basel or Roma. Like, there's no excuses. As much as I want sexy players and proven talent and all that stuff, just get the right guys, man. There's no excuses. And even if we look at it on the flip side, is there really no players that can improve us? Really? Even if they're not household names, legends, and all that stuff. No more Chelsea rejects, Felix and Kroenke or anyone from Chelsea. And Kroenke, it don't make no sense for us to sign in Kroenke. Like, you can't stay fit. You're another one that can play all about the place, but what are you? It just doesn't make sense from an Arsenal perspective. Do you have a fantasy team? Yeah, I do. No one in the fantasy. A few of you are in the fantasy league. Joao Pedro is a pound shop Cunha. Boy, sometimes buying cheap can be helpful. Afternoon, Gavin, man. Hope you're doing well, my boy. One day it's 100 million. Next day it's more. I knew it's games. I don't care. They got to get it over the line. Salah carried Liverpool. I definitely wouldn't give it to Gravenberch. Bit harsh. You know, one player can't do it for 38 games alone, and it's a team game. Do you sell Martinelli if we get around 60 to 70 million from Saudi? If he wants to go and a team's dumb enough to offer that much for Nelly, you got a decision to make. If Partey and Jorginho guard take Zubi and Kevin De Bruyne on a free, we ain't getting no Zubi, man. Wirtz is overrated. He's not a 100 million player. Xavi Simons is on the same level and can be had for 60 million. Brother, if I was in charge, I'd be sanctioning 120 for Mitoma, worth probably underpriced. Is that halftime hooks? Or is that boy? Boy. Nah, 120 million on Mitoma. Moving mad. Good player though. Cesco's release clause just jumped to 75 million. Burton needs to move quick on Gyokeres. Let's get Cesco. Cesco is the one. Hooks never mentioned Mitoma once when I'm around. Now you just both have the same trailer for define winning trophies. Someone can't take a joke, mate. Sell Havertz, man. We ain't winning anything. I mean, it's all fun and game. It's easy. I'm not saying it shouldn't, and I think people need to get out of this habit. It's easy to say sell Havertz, Jesus, Tomiyasu, Martinelli, this one. Who's buying them? Who's buying them with their wages? Who's buying them for these prices? As much as I think Bert's got a proven track record, he's not a miracle worker. Marino was bang average at Sociedad. Even they said he's their third, fourth best midfielder they had. Bradley, that is cool. Marino, you could still be a squad player for us. You stood up to be counted against Real Madrid. I think we needed level raisers, not floor raisers last summer. You do look a bit meaty in midfield and you look a bit slow, but I think the confidence you've got's done you a world of good. We're at where we're at with him, man. Do you see rumors going around that Arteta wants to use Kai in the second striker role behind the new 9? Well, that's naturally, I don't think that's too far-fetched, playing in Odegaard's role. Maybe not as sexy on a football as Odegaard, but in terms of what Arteta probably wants in the pressing and all that jazz, and he obviously still gives him an aerial threat. I do think that's one thing we've missed this season. The ability, well, since Havertz has gone, the ability to just go long with Raya and work off the second balls. You're going to have to utilize him. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not saying I want it. Well, yeah. Nico Williams is overrated. The people even watch La Liga. Big up DJ and the deluded delegates. Like and subscribe, people. Come on. Isaac is injury prone. He shines at Newcastle because they don't compete in many competitions like us. Watch him get injured as soon as he signs for us. He won't keep up with many games. That sounds a bit sour, though. Isaac's wavy still. And you've seen him turn up against probably every big team this season, us included, a couple of times. Tierney leaving pretty much going to sell it. Yep. Best of luck, Tierney. I wish it wasn't like that, but pardon me, we're at where we're at. Joao Pedro ain't PL winning level. They said minimum 100, so it could be 1 billion max. I love the optimism. Perfect example of English taxes, Harry Kane. Xavi can be a good player at Arsenal, DG. Joao Pedro can handle wings and up top. Him plus a striker is needed. Minimum goalkeeper, left wing, striker, AM, CDM, right-sided centre-back, and left-back dependent on sales. I'm going to say it's free agents. I hear it, man. I take Pedro over Odegaard. I just want some players above all this season that next season they're just on it, man. Like, I need some more mentality monsters. I think Cunha's got a bit about him like that. I think Pedro Neto's got that. Joao Pedro's got that. I need guys that you'll just be obviously ability and tactics and all that stuff's worthy of comments, but guys that are with it. I only think we have a couple that are really with it when the chips are down. And that's the only way we're going to get over that line, man. It's interesting, though. Big up DG, just reach. We need a striker right now. Get the best, no limit to what we have to spend. Get Gyokeres. Mentality monsters are definitely needed. 440 viewers. Let's go. Come on. We need that refresh button. Odegaard as a left winger. Allow me, man. Allow me. Sorry, people. This cafe latte is quite nice. It's done now. We just need a striker, a forward, and lock. We can want a creator and left back, but those come later. A striker and a forward with us, multiple trophies. Unpopular opinion, I don't think a striker and a left winger is everything required. Bloody helps us, though. Nobody is giving Havertz 250k and paying 65 million. Chelsea swindled us, I can't lie. Not a bad player, but we ain't selling him the same way Chelsea did. How did Chelsea swindle us, though? We zanged ourselves. Because why did we go and do that? Sell Calafiori, come on, mate. Even if you want to go, come on, mate. Kai is a fantastic squad player, perfect utility player. Fix him, second striker, Camel forward. Fair play. We'll have us being the squad against Newcastle. You never know for him because he's been injured. You never want to hear players are injured. Maybe it's come too early. He was in training yesterday, and I no doubt he's in training today. Maybe he's on the bench. If not that, then you've only got one more opportunity in it, which is next week away to Southampton. Other than that, all right, we got 200 likes. DG Nation, man. Big up you lot. Chelsea should be charged with fraud. Kai's not the guy. But we have the best squad in the league as it is. So why we won the league in the last 3 years? Really? Best squad in the league? Really? So why is there question marks over several players' futures? It's not true, in my opinion. We're definitely not as bad as people make out, but we're definitely not as good. Best squad and the main ability you can have. I do think we've got good players in this squad, but the best ability you can have is fitness. So I'm pretty sure someone would say, someone's probably commented if and when fit. How many of these, anyone can get injured, but how many of these players provide longevity? Fair play. Big up RM though, because he's always here. Or she, no disrespect, but you know, I mean, you display pictures of dog in it. Sometimes it feels a bit weird because even like my mod BG and Fireside, I don't know what you look like. It's kind of rude. Like you look, I could walk past you lot in the street and I can't even give you lot your flowers for supporting me. Sometimes I wonder what the hell you lot look like. Gonna be a whole load of disappointed fans come September 1st. We hope it's not the case. We hope it's not the case. Odegaard's my guy, but bro, there's only certain players I can rely on to the extent I need to be able to rely on you, if I'm being honest. Maybe in 1 or 2 years when players hit their prime. Big up DG. We need a striker, attacking midfielder, left winger. We have one of the best first teams in the league, but we don't have a second team. The squad is too thin. I hear that. Thoughts on Gittins? Bring him. I don't really think we're on him like that, though, man. I like Gittins. I like what you could become. If we're not going to sign ready-made players in every position, then we have to kind of find them. Bro, I'll follow you on Instagram, though. Appreciate you. No, I'm just saying, man. Can't give you lot your flowers. We know what Karma looks like. Shout out to her. DG. Friendly Alaconda. Run the intro. Soon land, man. Arsenal always falling for those buys, though. City tricked us to take 2 underperforming players. I think our issue is we put them on big wages, so you can't really maneuver out of the Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus thing. It sucks with Jesus because at best in an ideal world, Jesus would have just been able to lead the line through the 9 and score the goals. But in a less ideal world, like Jesus continues those first 6 months he has, and he's probably a wide option and a good squad player, and we sign a 9. It sucks with Gabriel Jesus because his first 6 months from us were out of this world. Then what actually I believe led to his demise at Arsenal. It actually didn't happen in Arsenal. Sure, it happened when the lad was playing for Brazil, man. I was doing a watch along for that game. Ah, well. Flexibility won't mean much when your mentality is weak and the pressure is really on. We always just fall short at the end because you need guys in a team who are ruthless and relentless. Said it there, man. Would you take Foden? Yes. Did you see Evra saying that Arsenal fans are the problem for talking about next season and transfers? Oh, yes, Arsenal fans are the only ones on earth that are deluded, that gas themselves, despite many a fan base saying they're better than Bukayo Saka and we're out the top 6 or whatever. I always say this. I think there are some sections of Arsenal the fan base, yeah, and football fans in general that want validity from external sources. Pardon my language. Fuck Evra. Like, fuck Evra. Fuck what he says on my club and fuck everything he stands for. Like, I hear it. Arsenal fans on social media I think they're unbearable, like a lot of fans, but fuck them. Like, they're not supposed to like us. They're never going to like us. Who cares? We got bare things to worry about as Arsenal fans. We've spent the last hour talking about transfers. We definitely want to, from a tactical point of view, evolve the system, talk about the owners, this, that, and the other, and all the other subconscious talking points. Who gives a monkeys about Evra? Shout out to Evra. You was a quality player and whatnot. Your social media done now. You chat shit about Arsenal. Arsenal fans bite at everything. You got Arsenal fans. I think it was a bit of banter, but you got a section of Arsenal fans crying about the banner, that the Liverpool fans did, which is just Arteta in a dress and taking the piss out of Odegaard's camera. I think that's banter, but yeah. After Evra's comments, I'm pretty sure that Spurs are going to win the league. It's dark for me if Spurs win the league, man. I'm going to, unfortunately, live and direct see that trophy parade. Evra's a proven winner. He can talk about whatever he talks about. Of course he can. It's Patrice Evra. Him as a footballer, great. I'm just saying he's allowed his opinion. You lot are allowed your opinion to disregard his feelings. As great as he is, why would he don't support Arsenal? We live in a day and age of rage baiting where being honest about any club ain't going to get you anywhere. Why listen to him? And that goes for, I'd rather listen to Evra than Rio Ferdinand. I think Rio Ferdinand's probably, out of the ones that do the YouTube thing, unbearable, man. I think Jamie Carragher is a bit of a flip-flop. Sometimes I wonder what goes on with Jamie Carragher, because when you're on CBS, I'm like, you sound lads, you're a lot more honest with how you're speaking. You go back on Sky Sports, you start capping, and I must admit, Jamie Carragher talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold is the most unbearable thing ever. It seems like I'm not saying Liverpool fans are happy or angry or whatever, but it seems like a lot of their fans and a lot of their pundits, apart from Jamie Carragher, have accepted it. Like, it's happened, bro. Hold that one. He's calm. Like, he's still waffling. I want to see what Evra says when United have no Europe next season, but I hope they get it, man. And he is right. Evra is right about the next season FC stuff and all of that, because you haven't shown anything different. You haven't. I'm just simply saying, like, I don't know why people go and listen to people that is not going to talk fairly about your club or whatnot. What's the point? The new kit does look good. Michael Richards quality. Omri's going to be my favourite. Roy Keane as well. I got time for Roy Keane. Says it as it is, man. There's a couple pundits I think I slept on. Martin O'Neill, former Villa coach. He don't really get the gigs like that, but I like listening to him speak. He's not a pundit, but actually Sean Dyche, you know, like, and Sam Allardyce, whenever they're on the platform just speaking about football normally. Liam Rosiner as well, but then he's obviously gone on, he's doing his thing at Strasbourg. I would take Foden. Jesus still wasn't scoring for us those first 6 months. Part of me was a breath of fresh air, though, man. Are you sure the first 6 months? City didn't trick us. We took squad players and we thought they could be the main guys. Where, okay, first, well, Zinni and Jesus helped us. We got in a Premier League fight when they signed them. We got in the champs. But sometimes you should just take a leaf out of the book of people who have done it. Like, you lot were squad players for them. Make them squad players for us. We have world-class players in each department for starters. Take your word for it. So let's just get over the line in the Premier League. In each department, I don't think that's true. We don't have a world-class left winger. We don't have a world-class striker. We don't have a world-class 10. Got a world-class 8 and a very, very good 6. Got 2 world-class centre-backs, I agree. Some very good defenders. Got one of the best keepers in the world in Ryan. Not the best, but you got one of them. Big him up. I wouldn't say it's exactly every department. And if that is true, then there should even be more pressure on the club and the players and the manager to get over the line. If we, based on your own words, RM, if we've got this great squad and world-class players in every department, and it should look for even more scrutiny why we have less points, more draws, and everything else, man. But I don't want to depress myself. Keno talks shits on everyone equally. Roy Keane's consistent in it, like, and you know, like, big up the Irish. They're just funny, anyways, man. Like, it's Roy Keane in it, like, it's Roy Keane. I got time for the way he speaks, man. It's just, yeah, world class is at all time low. I don't get the Trent hate at all. He's given Liverpool all these years of service. What's the issue that there's no fee? Probably that, and the fact is football's tribal, bro. As long as Trent Alexander-Arnold retires and he says, you know what, I did my dream, I achieved everything I could at Liverpool. Whether the Real Madrid thing works out or not, I went there and I experienced it, fine. Because nobody cares about these footballers. They don't care about Trent. Like, Arsenal fans don't care about Saka. They care about the fact that he's a great player. You see how quickly the tide can turn. You need to have no regrets. You owe it to yourself. It's not Trent's fault the contract ran out. Like, you should have sold him. It is what it is. And I'm not a Liverpool fan, but it'd be very different. But like, if God forbid, if Saka left tomorrow, I'd feel a lot different to maybe how they feel, because he's achieved everything at Liverpool. Like, there ain't nothing else to win. It's Real Madrid, bro. Like, you want to look back and say, yeah. And who knows? You got to remember, it's a walk of life. You got to remember, this is a man that obviously he's played in other countries in terms of Liverpool have been in European competition, and he's played for England and whatnot. But he's a local lad, so all he's known is Liverpool. From a lifestyle point of view, from an academy and a football point of view, he's reached the pinnacle at Liverpool. He's won everything. What if he feels a bit stale in his life? Like, he wants to be outside his comfort zone. He wants to go somewhere else, in which another country, another league, where obviously you're not starting again, but you're starting again kind of thing. But people don't care about that, because at the end of the day, you're leaving our club. How dare you? You're a Judas. You're this, you're that, you're the third. Of course, the fact that he's leaving for free is an L, but Wenger did say, right? Zini and Jesus improved us when they arrived, but we stepped up beyond them being starters now. If we want a deep squad, they can still do a job. We need depth, man. 26 is about the right age, probably got another 7-8 years at the top level. And ironically, you can't rule out that he returns. He returns to Liverpool one day. And then what's the alternative? Because yeah, you could have stayed at Liverpool, won bare things, whatever, but there'll come a point. You might be 30, 31, 32. You want a 2-3 year deal at Liverpool. 3 years is an exaggeration, but you want a 2-year deal or something. Liverpool are saying we'll only give you a year. Then you're leaving because it hasn't been agreed. Loyalty is an illusion in football, bro. It's an illusion, but with time, time's a healer, innit? Like, people get over it. World class is only on the 2 centre-backs and Saka, no one else, to be fair. Declan twice. Most fans are tribal. The club and player will always act in their best interest. Exactly. It's unfair to say City tricked us. Jesus and Zini were equally our most important players in that first season. I think Pedro would be a good signing, but Guirassy is a gunman. Jesus and Cini gave us a mentality boost, revved up the dressing room. They've done their job, but their time is up. Sad their work didn't have the silverware to show, but new win now signings will do it. Trent is doing what every other player would do. Say yes, bro. It's Real Madrid, fam. Like it's Real Madrid. I like Raya. I don't think we need another goalie who's going to be the number one. I'm always like, you can improve anyone and do whatever, but yeah, man, Raya's cool. Raya's cool. Got time for him. I really hope Berta can work some magic. As fans of Arsenal, we want world-class players to play for us. However, how many world-class players want to play for us? God knows, man. Arsenal fans crying about Everett's comments. I'm sorry, he's been proven right. He's clearly mugging Arsenal off on purpose, but winning a trophy would have shut them up for a bit. Exactly. And I'm a big fan of people, that go on. And I wish we lived in a day and age where right is right, wrong is wrong. Every player, every club is talked about fairly in it, and there's consistency, but everybody's got agendas. We live in rage bait, and that's what everyone does. I'm a big fan of, not really a fan, but why do people go and watch YouTube channels or individuals or listen to individuals that are not talking right? It's like every now and again I go through my YouTube comments. Much people will comment, I can't stand you, I hate you, this, that. I even see a couple of you there, like they say, I hate you, you're really deluded, you're jack shit. But so why are you subscribed? Why are you watching it? It does not make sense, does it, people? When you actually strip it back, it don't make sense. Shouldn't you just lock it off and continue your day? But this is human nature, man. Humans are quite fickle, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately. It's just the way the world is, man. It's just never gonna, unfortunately, it's never gonna change. So you just have to laugh. You just have to laugh, man. Big up you lot tuned in. Oh, sorry, seen that already. What else have we got? So I went over that. So I'm just scrolling up, man, because I'm aware that, when we started, things happen. I believe the 100 million thing, that's the classic Kroenkes. Don't know why people don't believe it. How many times do we need players and they didn't buy? I don't buy the 100 million thing, man. I'll be real. I don't buy it. I mean, I don't know. It could be right, and fair enough if it is, but I don't buy it. You are deluded, DG. Not as delusional as a Knicks fan, but still deluded. This guy, bro. Jamie Vardy will probably play professional / semi-professional football till he's about 42, 43, depending on his fitness. He came through non-league football. So many that stay playing till 40, 41. I mean, he's making up for lost time. Vardy, a Premier League legend. People underestimate the fact, that he kicked his first Premier League ball at 28. I'm surprised. Jamie Vardy and Olivier Giroud, like, they should have documentaries made about them. Giroud's especially. I think our budget is 200 million. I can't hear that 100 million thing. DG, what's your ideal forward line next season? It'd be lovely to wake up and see Rodrigo on the left, Gyokeres through the middle, and Saka, but I would like Mbeumo as well. I'd do Saka, Gyokeres. I don't really feel there's left wingers that shout out for me. I'll be real. Like, there's guys you could buy to play there, Turkey and whatnot, and people can move over there, but I don't feel there's a left winger I'm 100% convinced with. I wouldn't mind putting Mbeumo there. I know he plays in other roles. I'd swap Trossard for Rodrigo. I'm sure Trossard would jump at the chance to join Real Madrid, but myth. Don't you think Rodrigo is overpriced? How? It's a top player. He plays for Real Madrid. You're going to be with that. Yeah, I did see Bouncer and Vic's stuff, man. Bouncer acting hella out of character, innit? Roy Keane always slating Arteta for not winning the league. Conveniently forgets it took Fergie 7 years to win his first Prem. Went on to become the greatest manager of all time. Yeah, but what does Fergie win in the meantime? DJ, I'm thinking about buying the authentic kit this year. What's the difference between it and replica? Worth it? Price. Probably about 50, 60 quid more. And why do you want the exact kit? I mean, it's your money, but why would you want the exact kit that the ballers are wearing? Hot day is peak, Are fans ready for the idea that we'll have to buy world-class potential and develop it? We never spend enough or pay enough to buy world-class. I don't think we signed Rodrigo, but the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Gyokeres is a gunman. Players will come and go, but securing the best resources is essential for victory. You said it there, didn't you? Facts. Well, go on, Kay. Hope you're doing well and safe. Semenyo, not when they're saying 70 mil. Mitoma, they rejected 90 from Saudi Arabia. So I would, on ability, take both of them, but Joao Pedro only if Trossard is sold. I don't even know what's happening with Trossard. DG, what do you see Wanyeri's future at the club being, especially with Dolman coming through? They're both very young, and I hope we have a world where them two, in relation to Lewis Kelly and Saka, are all starting options or potential starting options. Some people engage with content they dislike, venting in the comments or debating it elsewhere. It may seem childish, but there's no shortage of them online. As long as they're commenting, because it's got to be like hate's got. I always think when people, like, I'm not talking about people that disagree or respectfully don't like it, but if anyone hates on like taking myself, I respect it. You can't hate me if you're there commenting. You can't hate me. Anyone that hates something, you turn it off. You only like just continue your day. You clearly there's certain people that hate in my comments. They're there every day without fail. You love me. You're checking up on me. You love me, mate. Fab just tweeted about Nuno Tavares, 9 million euros. I mean, we knew we was getting little man piece. Apparently, we got a sell-on profit or percentage, of 20%. So we're probably going to get something. It wouldn't surprise me if Lazio go and sell my man. Let me see what. All right, big up yourself, Marcel, for keeping me updated. What has been said? Arsenal will receive 9 million euros from Lazio for Tavares as part of the loan with an obligation to buy clause. Arsenal will also maintain a sell-on clause while Albert Sambi Lokonga returns to Arsenal after loan spot at Sevilla. Fair enough. I mean, that isn't anything we knew. I mean, on Hodgson, Real Madrid are in a direct meeting. Fair enough. Anything else Arsenal related on the timeline today? What's this? Interesting. So Hodgson's having his medical. Napoli have offered a contract worth 6 million euros a year to Jonathan David. There ain't nothing new really in the world of football here, is there? We've gone over all of that. Eze would be great, man, but to be fair, we already committed that to that deal. I want an impatient manager. I want a manager that can't wait to see what Dolman, Wanyeri, MLS midfield plays like. The key for a successful window is to get the targets we need before preseason starts so that it can gel with the rest of the squad, and importantly, to have 2 players in each position. I don't think we're going to leave the summer window with 2 players in all positions. I think that's the ambition, but it's too much. Thoughts on MLS not being selected? It's a fucking disgrace. Fucking disgrace, mate. Would you take Jonathan David at Arsenal, but not as the number one? I mean, if his wage demand's not that it's my money to spend, we're suitable, then great. But nah, I'm not really the biggest fan. If you got Gyokeres and he's your number 2, I don't mind it. Certain men in this chat are very heavy on Jonathan David and seem to... I used to say agents, but they probably got to be a sibling or family member at this point. I wanted David as backup to Gyokeres. You're a damn liar. You're a damn liar, boy. You're a damn liar, but I ain't the type to shame you. We have like 9 players plus, leaving 3 to 6 incomings is a laugh. I hear you, man. I hope buying bells us out from Kai. Myth. It's not happening. Here comes the money. Do you think Elise is world class? He's on his way to being great player, man. Kroenke's always spent big with his sports teams in the year where he's close to the goal line. You prefer Gyokeres or Cesco? I'm a big fan of Cesco. I don't know why people try and pop him down, but just on the basis that it would signal intent to me. It would signal an intent to me that we're serious about like winning now at this moment in time. Because Gyokeres is 26, I'd say him. Damn liar, bro. Damn liar, Karma. He's a damn liar. So we're not getting a striker, not at this moment. Oi, Bradley, you know football. Lee Trundle, baller. DG Lee Trundle should have a documentary. Like you said, still kicking a ball around at 46 in Welsh second tier, 19 goals in 27 league games, showing age as a number while coaching youth at Swansea. Baller. Absolute baller. Flipping out, he's still kicking ball. Shout out to him, man. But they're the man that loved the game. And I always wonder, like, obviously all these footballers love the game, but I always wonder, especially if you're an academy boy, like, let's just say I've been in academy from 7, 8, 9 years of age. I've been through, it's not fun. I genuinely think the minute you sign for an academy, it don't become fun. Yeah, it's fun to play football, but You're essentially in competition with your teammates. There's some years you're close to getting released. The stresses about getting a pro deal and whatnot. Maybe having to go out on loan if the manager don't rate you. Obviously, when you become a professional footballer, that comes with the talking points, the injuries, the missing family, body front ran through the your body just been running to the ground. How long does it before you? Not that you lose the love of football, but do you lose the love of football? Surely at some point, a couple of these men have to have lost the love for football at some point. Obviously, if you're retired, quote unquote, and you're kicking ball at 30, 38, 39, whatever, or you're trying to do the Cristiano Ronaldo thing where you're just crazy, then fair enough. But you must lose the love of football. Would you play for Arsenal's first team but earning peanuts? Yeah. But we'll just get another job in it. Just get a part-time job. But will sign 3 big names for certain this window. Kroenke knows it's that time now. It is a job. I like Max Dolman. I expect him to make his debut, but the man's 15, 16. Everybody just tranquillo on the guy, man. Will you be doing watch-alongs for the Club World Cup? Define watch-alongs. You know, as the manager of DG Nation, I appreciate you lot. We know what we have to do to get to 70k subs. Smash the like button. We're endeavoring to do that. We're looking at what we can do in the transfer market, and we won't rest until we get to where we need to get to. There's many bits and pieces of content. It's down to me and the coaching staff to think about how we can evolve the system. But in relation to a watch along, what is a watch along? When is it? When is the Club World Cup as well? So I can check this. Oh, the times are gonna be horrible, isn't it? I ain't gonna act like I'm gonna be here all the time. We will be doing a watch along for Betis, Chelsea. When does it start? No one gonna help me, so I can look at the schedule. No one gonna help me. Okay. No one gonna help me. Like no one gonna say when it starts. Like everyone's just gonna look at the screen. I don't know, DG. I'm just listening to you. I'm at work. Big up 95ers and everyone else. Haters. Sorry, people. I just want to get my water. We're still here. Let me take my seat. Place that there. Buxton. Got to stay hydrated. So those of you like myself that are in the United Kingdom, we got zanged in it. Couple of days of nice weather. It's back to the overcast. It's back to shitty old weather again. Can't have it all when you live in this UK, can you? Looks like it's gonna pee down buckets, but yeah, we're back. So yeah, no one gonna help me. Okay. We can't. No, definitely, you definitely can work, man. Dolman's cold, man, but we have to learn. Brother, I asked you a straightforward question. It's a simple yes or no. Not everyday politician, you better. It is. You know what? Might as well play up to it. You look, call me a politician and all this. Fuck it. When I start wearing suits and we get a green screen where I look like I'm in the House of Commons, F it. God bless Neil. Opening matches 15th of June. Okay, so what we can do is go on the BBC's website. Yeah, copy paste. And let's see the timings, man. The timings is crucial because I already know. Well, to be fair, actually, because Arsenal are in Asia, the time zones are quite nice, man. Big up the foreign fans that watch the Premier League and whatnot, because especially when Arsenal was in America for pre-season, and it's a nightmare, man. When we're kicking off at 3 a.m, I can't remember the game, but we did a watch along. And the game was delayed. Oh my God, the amount of coffee. Like, big up the foreign fans, man. It pees me off when people shit on foreign fans and say they don't love football, bro. Like, bearing in mind, you lot are probably watching games sometimes at 3 a.m, and you still have to go work or look after your kids or do whatever you're doing. I am jealous of you lot, especially lot in America, though, because you like wake up at 8 a.m. or something, and if the game's on 12:30 here or something like that, yeah, it's instant football, innit? But yeah, when's it kick off again? 15th of June, no, DG Obama. That's a new one. 1 minute I'm Bergwijn, then I'm Obama. There's a streamer done. My friends in my group chat, what my brethren are saying, I look like, I forgot his name, man. Forgot his name. When streamer they say I look like, man. I look like everyone. Guess my dad's been a naughty boy. Oof. Oof. Oh, you got the England under 21s championship as well. See, this is where my attention is drawn. Yeah, we could. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way I'm watching LLI versus Inter Miami at 1 a.m. I'm sorry, folks. Palmeiras, Porto, we stay put. We could definitely watch this and potentially this. Could do a couple. Could be there. We could be there on Sunday. Oh, yeah, we could be there. We'll be there. 15th of June. We'll be there. I feel like there's something on that day though, but keep you posted. Oof. Chelsea will be there. Under 19s. Oh, so we got the under 17s and we got under 17 summer action, under 19s and 21s. I'm feasting with youth content this summer, man. Boca versus Benfica. Oh, that's a decent one. We could be there. We could be there for Chelsea for sure. Yeah, I'm not here for that still. We could be here for that. We could do 1-2 games. River Plate. We could see that you know who I'm talking about, Muscatan or whatever. The number 10, you know who I'm speaking about. We could be there. Yeah, we could be here, man. We could be here. We'll be there. We'll be there. Not for all of them, but we'll be there. We'll be there. Whoever answered the question first, you lot need to smash the like button for them and thank them because they're the reason we're doing this now. DG is an MP. Get me into Parliament, man. It's about time someone real got to embezzle some funds. There's a poll for this Pedro thing. Dolman will be good, but he needs to go on loan soon as soon as he gets a professional contract. Tranquillo. He don't badly. He don't. Not yet. ADG, you have two options. You get paid the highest in the Prem, but you play for Spurs, or you play for Arsenal and get paid peanuts. Where'd you go? As a single man, at this moment in time, I'm going to play for peanuts for Arsenal. But I'm not gonna lie, if I got kids and all these things, I need to worry about them. You know, fuck Spurs a million times, but I need to worry about them. I need to go and do that. It's a job. Little Rodney, yeah, I think that's his name. 57%, 54% said no to Pedro. Admittedly, I don't even know where we're at with the poll. Is Joao Pedro a good signing? 45% of you said yes. 55% of you said no. Big up to you lot as well, because we've got 248 likes. Can we get as close to as 300 as possible? God bless you all. De Gea, birds, right? Man said De Gea. That's just, come on. Andy Carroll probably owns a docks and rental properties and don't need wages. Probably. Andy, I've met Andy Carroll when I used to work in Harvey Nichols. Very sound fella. Very, very sound fella. Got time for him, man. Got a lot of time for him. Teddy Sheringham, big up him as well. But yeah, we can be there. We can be there. We can be there for the Club Cup. But even that, this is an idiot thing as well. When you actually strip it all back, who's in this? Chelsea are in this. Bro, like, some people are coming off of Euros, a World Cup, bare games at club level this year. You're gonna if that 2 weeks to a month off, and you're playing in this expanded Club World Cup, and you gotta come back. And I don't know what, like, if you're Chelsea, if you're whoever's in this, if you're gonna do the Club World Cup and still go pre-season somewhere, so you got to do all of that. And the domestic season and all the club season starts again. Then you got a World Cup next year. Not to forget the international friendlies that have been played as well up until this point. And I'm sure once the season ends that there's scope for that again. Player welfare, man. The fat cats that decide the game that we all love, they don't give a monkeys, bro. Andy Carroll earns just 1,614 per month at Bordeaux, less than his rent, showing he's playing purely for the love of the game. It's true, but it's like in a circle said, man, them man got financial security, because there's also those that are still playing. I look at someone like Patrice Evra. It doesn't surprise me that he's doing the social media antics and acting up and trying to be a celebrity. Well, he's already a celebrity, but one of them celebrities. Because what did he say when his playing career was done? He's like, I got bare cousins and siblings to be paying for. So people are joking. That's why I can't begrudge someone like John Duran. Everyone's like, oh my God, like your potential. You're leaving England and I mean, yeah, you're leaving England and you could still contribute in Europe. A lot of that's true, but bro, these men come from serious poverty, you know, serious poverty, and I'm sure they don't want to go back there. And I think it's I hate the term first and third world, but it's a very first world privileged way of speaking. Bro, this is a job, you know, and his talent has got him out of God knows where he'd be. You look at someone like Osimhen, who said, I used to sell water on the streets of Lagos. That wouldn't surprise me if, you know, you really did want these big wages, or if, I don't know, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United make offers for you this summer, Saudi offer you something different, and you go over there. And those that lose the love would get brushed aside by those that maintain it. You can only lose the love of football if you had it to start with. Some players are just immense players that have no interest in the game. Great question about Gyokeres and Cesco. Who do you think is better and why? Gyokeres for right now, man. If we're trying to win the league right now, great. Future proofing, of course, Cesco. But yeah, we'll be there. Cesco has more wow goals than Gyokeres, and that magic is what we need to win the champs. Bring either one for me. You both do the same thing. Put the ball in the back of the net, which is the thing that wins you titles, keeps people in jobs, keeps you in divisions, gets you promoted. Hardest thing to do in football. Just get me a forward, man. Just get me one. I hope we get a forward, but I guess the great thing is the great Gyokeres. But I don't know why people talk shit about Cesco, if I'm honest. Players aren't saying no. Look at the prize money. I imagine the bonuses are filthy, bro. Because one, you're getting paid to kick a ball. Two, if you're going Saudi, bro, it's tax-free as well. The money's different. You're not only securing your immediate families, but probably generations and generations and generations. Ben White said he hates football. To be fair, he never said he hates football. He said he don't watch it. And it's things like that, yeah, that annoy me in this country because that I wouldn't say it's come back to haunt him, but like he's never been able to live that down. And I actually rate that from Ben White. Like I don't obviously me, if I was a footballer, I'd be the type I'm watching football. I think I would have been doing my coaching badges if I was these lots age, but in a good way. That sometimes I think these footballers, like you can't exactly switch off at any point, even down to how you sleep, the amount of hours you sleep, where you sleep, you know, the temperature and whatnot. But it's nice that a footballer can just turn it off really and truly, because some footballers can't. And I like that from Ben White. And I've never had to question, not that I know anything, but your professionalism, your commitment. If it's just a job, it's just a job. I don't care if you're at home watching football, watching the playoffs and whatnot. Just as long as you come in the office, make sure you do whatever. He's competitive as well. I like that. And that probably helps him. Obviously, I don't know what his plans are or any of these footballers' plans are after their careers. But if you don't like football, then Ben White's got to be aware. Because some man must just live in a bubble. Like, I'm a footballer. That's it. I don't really know what to do with myself. God forbid if I get an early injury that prematurely ends my career, or I get to 35 or whatever and I'm done. Ben White's probably thinking, what am I going to do post-career? Type of thing. Ben White was just trying to run the nonchalant gimmick, but people took it the wrong. You can't run them kind of things in this country. We're not like America where you can have a bit of personality. You don't spend 10 years training as a kid to become a pro if you hate it. Fair point. But some people are forced to become ballers, you know. Some people are probably ballers because it's all they've known. It's their family's approval. And some people hate it, but they've probably just been... Sometimes talent can be a curse, you know. Like, you might just be incredibly gifted at football. And I do think you come to hate it, man. You must become to hate it to a degree, because as much as it gives you it's a dream and it gives you riches, but it robs you of ultimately, to a degree, what matters in life, you know, which is being with family. Like, you must miss bare things. I don't blame him. I don't like nursing, but I'm good at it. There you see. And that's the pendulum shift. A lot of people are just good at something, incredibly good at something, and they make it happen. That's a lot of people. Some people are just good at it. And it's interesting how because you read about somebody like Miles Lewis Skelly, his mum was speaking. He weren't pushed into football. Apparently, he weren't even on football like that. And he was just good at it. But then you get some, like, you know, like Jude Bellingham, for example. His dad is a footballer. He's probably that kid that, you know, when his dad was playing semi-pro, he's probably on the side kicking the ball. Some people got brothers as well. This is why they just start playing football. It's an interesting one, man. Like, it's an interesting one. Big up Rants for the raid, man. My guy. Hey, tomorrow. Me and Rants got some exciting content to come out tomorrow, but to come out when the season's done, man. It's a chance to explore stuff, people. So make sure you're following Rants. Big up Rants for that one. Pro ballers usually can go into different sports. Pro ballers. What sports, though? I ain't heard no footballer going to the next sport. Maybe I'm wrong, but what footballers you heard gone into the next sport? I mean, maybe at youth level, like when I was in secondary school and primary school, well, more so secondary school, you obviously had kids that played for academies and like they do athletics as well. But whenever you heard that, there must be. And I'm not talking, I knew someone, not golf, man, like not golf. Big up Gareth Bell. And then you got guys like Bell. Bell clearly cares about football, but don't give a monkeys about football like that. I think you got to have the ability to switch off, because if I was a footballer, I love football. I wouldn't be able to switch off. So I respect it. You've got to be able to turn, especially in today's day and age, man, where I believe that the biggest gift and curse is social media, bro. Like you can't switch off now. Like back in the days, obviously, if I'm a footballer and I had a good game or bad game and I go Tesco's or I'm filling up my car with petrol, then obviously there's question marks. But other than that, or the TV or Match of the Day or the newspaper, it is what it is. Now, if you have a good or bad game, we're all waffling about it on YouTube. Not that they're watching us, but YouTube, cut up clips, Sky Sports, people in your Instagram DMs. Like, you can never really and truly switch off. Like, a lot of these journalists run hate campaigns, like whether you rate Rashford or not. How many times do you see the same? If something comes out about Rashford, the same thing is going to be said 20 times a day for the next week. Forlan made his pro tennis debut. That's crazy. Years ago, top footballers were also first-class cricketers. That's that as well. I actually think Gary Neville used to play cricket. A lot of them. And to be fair, to my unborn son, I want him to like multiple sports, man, because I've got friends like that. They like a lot of sports. Me, I'm quite one sport orientated. I like football. That's it. I've always really liked that. And I think if you watch me attempt other sports, you will see that. I think you need it all-roundedness, if that makes sense. Ronnie O'Sullivan could have been a baller, but he chose snooker. How legit is that, though? All top basketballers are elite NFL players. You reckon? Ooh, I don't know about that one. That one seems a bit shaky, brother. I don't know about that one. That one looked a bit shaky. I can't see the comment, but somebody said Petr Cech, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Adam Jamili. Yeah, but yeah, him, yeah. It's a good one. Didn't he play tennis and football and had to choose something like that? That's middle class privilege. Who? Gareth Bale or I don't know, like Andy Murray or something. I don't know, man. There's a few. There's someone else. I can't remember the sport, but I think they might be Brazilian or somewhere in Africa. I can't remember, but there's two different sportsmen, in two different like world-class sportsmen in two different industries, and they used to be friends and whatnot. Who knows, man? I want to say Lewis Hamilton, but I think I'm capping with that one. He probably got other plans, non-football, after his career like that. Unfortunately, you need it. Because the saddest thing about being a footballer, like, you must wonder, when you retire, what do you do with your day? Because you go from, I don't know, I need to be at training at 8 o'clock, trainings till 11. There might be a team meeting till 12. There might be gym and recovery sessions and other things I could do. I might be out of there by 1 o'clock, 3 p.m. the most. I come home, there's nothing to do. You need other interests, whether that's businesses, whether that's punditry, whether that's whatever, because you're just going to be laying around the house. You're just going to be laying around the house, really. And then what else are you going to do with it? Do you like Formula One? Big up Lewis Hamilton, but nah. Oh, yeah, that's another one, the team waste guy. You have some rugby league players who swap to rugby union. Does that count, though? You do hear that, but does that count, though? That one surely don't count. Most F1 drivers are serviceable football players. They don't get embarrassed when they do charity games with footballers. Oh, for F1, am I reaching if I say Formula One would you call it drivers or athletes? Formula One drivers. Surely they got to be the most fittest athletes. Surely. I might be capping, but surely F1, you have to be the most physically fit sportsman. Surely. Most who change it up tend to be okay, but most get there on their name and the money that follows. Super rare to get a legit star in multiple sports. Hamilton's a GOAT athlete. Okay. Imagine driving. I mean, you couldn't imagine it unless you get in a simulator, but imagine being a Formula One done. Like, it's scary, you know, because you're driving bare fast. There's no margin for error. Your eyes are on the road. Things are happening in a split second. There's bare G-force. You're flying around. You're really at the service of your team. 1 second, things get wrong. Bro, it can get dark. Like, it can get very dark. It can get very, very dark. They start gambling, which is bad, man. Which is bad. You do mainly, well, not so much now, but there was, how many stories would you hear? Like, a young player goes from a London club on loan to somewhere like Swansea. I think Stephen Cook had this. There's nothing to do. There's a casino. Start gambling, and then you're hooked. It's true. His dad pushed snooker on him. It worked out, man. It worked out. Phil was a cricketer, to be fair. DG feet 2-pack letter to my unborn. Something like that. Anyone that said getting into WWE is easy, look at Tokyo's men's gold medalist Gabe Stevens. Didn't work out for him 3 years there, now trying NFL. Big up WWE, but yeah, man, shout all the grown men that want to have a career throwing around other grown men with baby oil on them in speedos and that. Crazy, all inclusive though. It's crazy. Views on sport, one love, man. Make sure subscribing to them over there. Oh yeah, Nigel Mansell. Pardon me, was F1 champion and IndyCar champion at the same time. Probably not counting for this convo. I hear that, but it's not the same. But because you said IndyCar, didn't? What's my man? They used to call him the next Jose Mourinho. He obviously frauded up the place, man. Chelsea gaffer. Was that Porto? And then I'm sure he went from being a manager to an IndyCar racer to I think he's back in football. What's his name, man? Went Spurs as well. It's annoying when names evade you. I'm trying to work this out. Someone in the chat help me. I'm actually trying to work this out. Can see his face. Fucking hell, man. What's your name, bro? I give up, man. Someone in the chat. All right, there you have it. As soon as I look at the chat, yeah, AVB, Villas Boas, yeah. I'd have got there in the end. Nah, man. Listen, big up to you if you like watching. Me, everyone's like, I find it a bit mad, grown men watching wrestling. I find it mad. The little kids, them, cool. And it's even weird if you're a grown man and you actually go to it and watch it. It's a bit crazy. Obviously, if they're giving you tickets, then yeah, do your thing. But you want to watch next man grab up each other and throw them on the floor and like Triple H doing pedigree and that. It's not looking, boy, it's looking scary, man. No, it's facts. F1 drivers need to be in insane shape, mainly for reactions, but they also need to keep their weight down to not slow the car down. Exactly mad. So you're eating bare things and you're some madness. Nah, I can't lie. Formula One, I think Formula One, then NFL. Like, because of what the previous comment said. F1 pilots have peak athleticism. The G's they pull are insane and it's very fit. Bro, it's physical. You wouldn't think it could. Obviously, they're not bolo and blam and that. But it's crazy. It's absolutely mad. There's no rooms for error in Formula One. Admittedly, with Lewis Hamilton, for obvious reasons, I took more of an interest in Formula One, but I've never been a Formula One fan. Like, it's just too privileged for me, man. Like, I know it's not about that, but it just, yeah, it's just a bit too privileged for me. Smash the like button, people. Rally driver, yeah, apologies. Smash the like button, people. Come on, man. We're flirting with 300. We got 287. Come on, man. 1-1. Big up yourself, man. I see you in the comments. I used to watch Red Bull Air Race and they pulled 11 Gs and they needed to fit in to prevent backup. Crazy. Ask me anything about F1. I've been watching since 97. Who's the next Lewis Hamilton? Who's the next Lewis Hamilton? Superbike riders are fit. You see all of that? The bike thing? Yeah, I'm mad, man. I like to drive. Like, I would love to drive. I'd like a motorbike, but not on the roads, man. I'd love that. I've done dirt biking, all of that. I like bikes, but it have to be off road, so like dirt and that I could rubbed out. My ex played for the Jets. Not all NFL players are in good shape. You're hating on him, boy. Oh, why did he leave you? Damn. He left you a maid, didn't it? Damn, Karma was holding him down. Fuck, Karma. You're probably in his autobiography about why you need to stay away from negative people and that. Vax Mustafa. Why do I think he's a bastard? I think it's because my dad don't like you. You don't like Max Verstappen. Don't like Hamilton, in it. There's a reason I might not like you. I feel like there's a reason I don't like you. That name rings a bell. DG, watch a Monaco lap on the board with all the ish they need to do. Then imagine doing that for like 70 laps in a row for nearly 2 hours. See, it's a madness. I must admit, I find Formula One, like the theoretical stuff behind it isn't boring. And maybe being live at Silverstone or something must be amazing, but I just find it boring, bro. Like, maybe it's the ADHD. All right, cool, Geo-Force and all the things I've spoken about. But and I know not every track is the same, but brother, it really, at some point, it's just, yeah, there might be a crash, but it's just that. It's just privileged individuals just doing that. Obviously, I'm being a bit silly, but they're just doing that. And it takes too long to get into stuff. You got practice and qualifying and this. And I do like when people get shagged, like, because it adds to the drama. Like, you might be well ahead, safety car comes out, now everybody's cool. And I do like the fact that you've got to pick wisely when you do the pit stop. So I don't think it's boring, but I think it's boring. I think it's boring, man. Spoiled brat vibes Max gives off. There must be a reason I don't like him. Charles. Leclerc is a class diver, DG. They accuse Max of playing too much Sims. Karting at 6. Karting and driving expensive to get into. Yeah, I've read Lewis Hamilton's autobiography. How many times his dad remortgaged his home and all? I mean, it paid off in an abundance, but yeah. F1 is boring car. Who's trying to watch cars drive around? I don't watch F1, but definitely I've watched a few times and never would have if Hamilton never came along. I just don't find it that entertaining to watch on TV. Tennis is privileged, but I like it. Yeah, tennis is privileged, but I like it. Hamilton had a championship stolen from him in 2021, so most folks won't be Verstappen fans off the back of it. I'm sure he just looks like a cunt, man. How do you pursue a career in F1? You need seriously rich parents, bro. There can't be no scholarship for that. Yeah, big up Lewis Hamilton for inspiring, man. But boy, myth. Absolute myth. Absolute myth. Who would you want as a left winger realistically? None of the left wing options scream at me, man. I don't mind signing them Buemo, Kareem Adeyemi, Ryan Cherky, all of these guys and playing them out there, but none of the out and out left wingers, unless I'm missing out a few. None. I like Gordon, but we're not getting him from Newcastle. None of them. You might as well just get Nico Williams. None of them really scream out at me, if that makes sense. You can reduce everything to that. Who wants to watch men kick a ball? Oh, we do. Some of the best things in life are simple. Football is better than F1. It's better. And you don't need no special tools. If we all go play football now, who's the fastest, who's the strongest, who's got the best reflexes, who's a proven goal scorer? Forget that, man. Newcastle are going to sell and do several other things, in my opinion, before they consider selling Guirassy, Isaac, them kind of ones. Tennis is only privileged in the UK and US, but go Czech, Slav, Slovak, and many other countries, they grind from nothing. I hear that. Let's bring Eze home. I'm here with that. I can watch every sport when the season's done. I'm into anything with a ref and umpire. I hear that. Cricket can be on in the background. Basketball, I like basketball. Big up the Bulls. I like NFL. I do like NFL, man. Now that I probably understand it, I fuck with NFL. Bring your boots, man. Bring your boots. Who's gonna throw down the jumpers? I lie. Bro, it's not good for your computer to have so many tabs open. It slows it down. Appreciate that, man. But trust the process, man. It can do it. Don't worry, man. Don't watch that. When we've gone over all of that, it's calm, man. It's calm. At 60, earlier the better. Ideally, if you're the parent of a future F1 driver, you get them a car at 4 and they go run practice laps before they're legal to compete. Making it sound easy, man. You get them a car. A lot of, they might not even, if they go out by themselves, they might not come back with that car if they're not like that. The next Hamilton is either Verstappen or Antonelli. You know what I mean by the next Hamilton, dog. Like the next Hamilton, bro. UFC is cold. And I admire anyone. Yeah, I like, but yeah, we completely skipped over boxing and combat sports. I like that. I admire anyone that gets in the ring. I admire anyone that gets in the ring, man. And to be fair, Eubanks versus, his name's just Conor Benn, was one of the best boxing fights I've seen in a hot minute. The Garcia thing was dead. That was dead. And my man Hanley, that was dead. Can't believe I stayed up for that. Yeah, man. The next Hamilton, man. What else have we got? Was a wonder kid who switched from football to cycling and becoming European champion in cycling. Cycling, see the one where they go around in the dome? That looks quite fun. I must admit, how old was I? I got free tickets to go watch that at the Olympics. Someone dropped in the practice. It's fucking funny, man. Their leg was all cut up. I shouldn't laugh. Motorsports is a high-cost industry, often inaccessible to working class due to its financial demands. And it's only recently that even football has made, well, I say recently, like maybe the next 10 plus years, that they've actually tried to make football, because football's a shag. Once you start that, because you got to imagine I'm a single mother or a single father. I've got 3 kids. One plays for Chelsea and I live in North London. Chelsea's academy is in Surrey, Cobham. I've got to somehow take my kid 3 to 4 times a week up there and, work my job, look after my other kids. Now, academies, they got, specialized people that will meet you halfway. There's things around it, but it's a shag. It's an absolute shag. Fair enough. Hey, big him up. No disrespect. There's no way I can pronounce that. But yeah, let's be real. The next Hamilton is going to be long. No brothers have peas like that for F1. We know what the brothers with them kind of peer on. Then I ain't watching F1 when he keeps it moving. If you can drive it like you stole it down. Competitive climbing was surprisingly exciting at the Olympics. I love boxing. I respect MMA, but sometimes it's a Y-fest. Man just laying down on top of each other and hugging. Have you seen Amarin on the heavy bag, bro, in the wrong sport? To be fair, being a manager stress you out like that, man. Facts, that's a major reason why football is so popular. You need a ball and 4 tops to put down as goals. Most other sports you cannot play so easily. Exactly. Like, what else can you play realistically? In England, what really can you go play? Football? You can't. I mean, if you want, you can go play basketball. I say football. You can play tennis. There's tennis courts, but you need someone for that. There's tennis courts. Football, basketball, tennis. Obviously, I'm not going to say rounders and that. Potentially cricket. Potentially. You got to find a cricket club and that, but maybe cricket. I wouldn't even say running because, yeah, you can run up and down. But if you're talking training and that, you probably have to sign up to use certain facilities. So that's a myth. Or at least wait till you're in secondary school and show your talent and you might be able to get referred. I mean, rounders, but that's not, I'm talking serious sports. That's probably about it. I mean, skateboarding and biking if you want, but myth. Rugby. Yeah, rugby clubs like that. Maybe I'm ignorant. Is there rugby clubs like that? I'm trying to think, like, if I go to the park right now, what can I do? You could, and I just thought there's a cage in it, like the basketball hoops there, football's there. Bob's your uncle, isn't it? You man catching the Club World Cup seriously, that's going to be dead. We'll be here. How would you do drop goals? Rugby more wide than MMA. Martial arts is easiest to get into, hard to be pro though. To be honest, I think everyone should know martial arts, and you're right though, man. Y'all have too many games in the UK. What is rounders? You Americans are telling us that we have too many sports. You look at bare things. How would you explain rounders, people? Rounders, isn't it? Like, it's not baseball, but it's kind of like baseball, isn't it? I don't know. Is it baseball? Same as baseball. I swear it's not the same as baseball. Tell me about it. My sister's son does motocross. It's not cheap, but it's good. But he's good at it. Well, I didn't know it's the same as baseball. But we're probably better than you like that. Rounders is what them man call softball. See, baseball like cricket with baseball bats. To be fair, I'm all right at cricket. Funny enough, I liked long jump. Long jump was the thing. I'm shit at other sports, man. Like, if you don't see me throw a ball, it's terrible. Like, actually throw, horrible. This is why I want my unborn son to be able to play multiple sports. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I can play tennis a little bit. You can play football, rugby, and probably basketball court with minimal or no equipment. You can't play no rugby in no England without no equipment. Well, where people lying? Where are you playing rugby in England in the park? You're not doing that. You might be able to throw the pig skin, as you lot say in America, but like, you're not playing that. I'm yet to hear that. Little known fact, I am a 4th Dan in judo and a GB international from mid-70s to 80s. Hey, in a circle, if it gets cracking, I'm calling you, yeah? Yeah? Hey, we got demons in the chat, yeah? You can do all of that. All of that stuff. Yeah, let's go. Maybe it's one touch rugby with no kicks to go. Dead. You can play rugby in the parks in South Africa. You just need a ball and some mad lads. I'm happy. Big up South Africa. But I'm happy I don't live there. I can't imagine my friends saying, yeah, let's go play some rugby, man. It's crazy. Like, I just wanted to play football, 60 seconds, goal to goal. What else is there? Wembley, just normal football matches, Red Arse, Hawaii. And then if it wasn't that, run outs and join the crew and them kind of things, fighting. I played badminton in high school. I was pretty good. You was good at everything, weren't you, Karma? I think it was me, Brian Lara or Chris Kell, the universal boss. Lara's my team. Shout out Rom's in the chat, by the way. Softball. Can you play badminton? Nah. I will try, but nah, I ain't no. Nah, badminton and myth. What's the other one? What's the other one? Not tennis. What's the other one? I can play tennis. I can play tennis to a decent level. I'm a 5 out of 10. Badminton and myth. The other one's a myth. Squash and myth. You can literally play football anywhere. See man playing with a cricket ball or bottle. Hey, playing with a bottle is lit. Nutmeg Rush. That game's amazing as well. There's some good guys. There's some good games to play, man. Man said he dropped and bust his leg and he started. But amazing, yeah. God forgive me. God forgive me. Don't drop next to me. I find that shit so funny. I could call my friend right now away from that. I swear, like last year, we was in the park. And God forgive me. Like I say, little kid, he's like 10 years of age. He's on the mountain bike. I swear to you, the bike skidded. Funniest thing. Obviously, my friend asked, is he okay? So there was a good Samaritan, but it's fucking funny. Like, you ain't gonna die, bro. Like, you're a boy child as well. You're meant to fall down, get up and get and whatnot, man. I don't know, man, about that. But yeah, man. Big up Roms. You go for sponsors from early. If they see potential and you take that sponsorship, wherever you go in your career, that's how you get the drives. Fair play. True. I used to have to go from north to south on the bus every day to train at Chelsea. It was dead. I was getting home late. There you have it. 1-1, you was at Chelsea. What happened? But there you have it. You get it. It's long. This guy makes one free kick and he thinks he's R9 trying to call me out. Free kick. At least I got evidence. Bro, you did 100 meters. Surely you can't be Jamaican and be slow. I never liked 100 meters. 400 and 800 was my thing. Man said ping pong. I'm shit at table tennis. I got a medal, actually. If you're in the 06 to 011, what year was it? Like 08? Enfield, whatever they call it, Enfield schools. I got gold for 400 meters. Second in 800. I preferred that. I was quite the fit fullback them times there. Like I don't like sprinting. I'm like Cesc Fabregas. I don't like sprinting. I don't think football should include sprinting. How the hell do I play fullback? I hate sprinting. Like, I would do anything not to sprint. I'd rather use this. Running fast has always annoyed me. It's tiring. I haven't football and cricket in about 10 years. One touch as well. In a game we used to play called Out. Then you met Mary Jane. What's that? Who's that? I was there for 5 years, but my health deteriorated and I just stopped going. They called to ask where I was and I said, I'm not coming back. Fuck, I hope you're all right now, man. DJ 6 for real. A man said, raw, so you're cross country. I know you had tea at 4 p.m. You're moving mad. I just don't like sprinting. 100 meters is too crazy. Like, there's too much fast man there. At least with 400, like, well, I don't know how the maths works, but if we've got our little thing, just not see it. You jog, sprint, 800. Sprint. 100 meters, it's not on that, man. Sucker for punishment, like, man. I never said I'm slow. I just said I don't like to sprint. You're a fullback who hated sprinting and can't throw a ball. You must be Titus Bramble of right backs. Who said I can't throw? I can't throw a ball like that. I can throw a ball. Short legs. Why for watching next man's legs? Third leg ain't short. I know there's gal here coming and for all this dissing, yeah. This is why man don't run. This is why.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Come on. Respect. You like playing as a 90s, but I would love to be a striker, bro. Like, clearly, I weren't that good playing up front. I fucking ended up right back, but yeah, fucking hell, mate. Like, none of us fullbacks want to end up here, mate. Like, fuck. VAR check like that, man. There's no offsides. 400 is mad because you have to sprint the whole way. 200 was my best. No, you don't have to sprint the whole way. I'm not gonna lie, and plus, like, I've discovered I was good at it, and more time. Well, you look around, you can just see like the first 10 meters, when you know you're not coming last, it's a different feeling. That's how it started. I think I could have been a rugby player. I got in trouble in school once, and the teacher who got me in trouble, he said, you'd be a decent, good scrum half. Played one match, it was calm. And then started a fight. I'm not on it. Well, at the time, I was very ignorant. I'm not on this, like, you just tackling me and moving to me. I'm not on it, but I always think, imagine you stuck with it. You could have been like Johnny Wilkinson, one of them, man. Like, could have been lit. Could have been lit. But now we're here chatting shit on YouTube, man. So smash the like button. I'm sick at all racket sports. Fair enough. I know some of you are lying, man. DG, what's your favorite basketball team? Chicago Bulls, man. Chicago Bulls. Bro, karate. Some of you are silent assassins. Boy, it's a good thing you look like me, isn't it? Whatever you lot that are martial arts done, if you lot want Mikel Arteta out, let me know, man. I'm not finna get boofed. Probably, I lived in the States for 8 years, still don't know the rules of baseball, and I went to 2 games. Fair enough. Like you got a ball in a park. That's why you Americans are not good at football like that, because you don't take a football to the park. You don't bring a basketball in that. That's why you lot rape Pulisic and call it soccer and do crazy things. Yes, I'm starting the war. Starting the war. Absolutely starting the war. American football is there. It is. Who's your dream left wing signing? Bring Rodrigo. Johnny Wilkinson, Carver, brother. That Johnny Wilkinson was my guy. I don't know why he was my guy. I liked him. Him and Ricky Hatton, probably my 2 favorite. Some of my 2 favorite athletes come out of this country. It's the same as Rounders. Fair play. Zidane was using. Zlatan was using karate. I played for the under-19s, then left the team because the manager was involved in a corruption scandal. What do I have to do with you, though? We didn't drop goal for 03 World Cup. Johnny Wilkinson was my guy, man. He was my guy. You'd give it go. AK-47. All right, gas me. I could have made it. Dodgy knee. I could have made it. 100-meter dash was my thing. I've never been a runner. I've just hate it. I didn't mind rounders. Relay. Let me be third. Don't let first guy set pace, second person pattern it. I'll do my thing. Pass it to the last one. You get the glory. We win. We're gone. Why not Ademola Lookman, left wing, huge threat, cheaper than Rodrigo, and 20 GA in 29 games, turned up on the big stage with a hat-trick against Leverkusen in the Europa League. And like Arsenal footballers, he likes scoring and turning up against Real Madrid. Bring him. Why not, man? I'm good at every sport I've tried except for golf and darts. You know when I go on TalkSport, actually, like when you're sitting in, there's a room like we're sitting in as we're getting ready. They got this big darts thing, and I just bang it out, just bang up shit at that as well. I don't even know how darts work, but I just try and hit the bullseye and just subconsciously man scream 180, whatever that means. I'm good at every sport I've tried except golf and darts. Someone took me to the golf club when I was abroad playing football, and I was hitting air, started smashing the club on the floor. I suck at top golf, bro, so I ain't even gonna attempt real golf. It's a myth. My favorite boxer is Oscar De La Hoya. Favorite boxer? I mean, I could sit here and say, well, it'd be Muhammad Ali, because I mean, I wasn't there in it, but I admire you with all the documentaries. Our boxers have actually watched in no order: Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, Ricky Hatton still. Because Ricky Hatton, he's on it. Like, at some point in his fights, he was just a mad geezer, in it. Like, you're hitting me, I'm gonna hit you. Kobe or MJ? MJ. I said George Foreman. Last time I kicked ball was almost 7 years ago, but I know I still got it. You're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Who are you supporting in the Europa League final to win? I'm gonna let you answer that, because I know you're smart enough. Wilkinson was brilliant, best facilitating fly half England have ever had. In my place, football is not popular, so not many make it to the team. After the incident, the team was cancelled. That was in 2017. Where are you? Did you snitch on the instruction? I've never snitched in my life. Have you ever boxed? No, I'd love to. Love to, man. I quite like getting hit and hitting. I kind of like that. If you want to win at a good level, you have to sprint the full distance in 400. I'm not about that. I hear it. Snooker all day. I can play pool. To be fair, I'm decent at pool. I'm decent. I'm not the best. I can play pool. We can bet money. We can bet money. Take a lot of you lot's money. Golf is a posh man sport. Only. Oh, hey. Scottish one was great too. Floyd Patterson, Joe Calzighe was dope. Ricky Hatton, I'm sorry. Ricky Hatton's my guy, mate. Obviously, when he fought a couple 30 boxers, he got dealt with, but that's my guy, man. He's on just straight punching you up and getting punched up. Although a lot of modern rugby players have had lots of ball skills that the old gen never had, though that's mostly for forwards like props. Nowadays are expected to be able to pass in both directions. But yeah, Flyhouse nowadays, nowhere near what they used to be. Gyokeres or Cesco? Gyokeres. I know, but I just go gym, but no cardio. And brothers from work keep calling me to kick ball with them, but I know I'll be blowing in 5 minutes. But it's a humbling experience, man. Even five-a-side, it can get dark. It can get dark. It's all fun and games until you're begging your teammate and go, hey, let me jump in. Hey, let me jump and go for a sec. It gets like that. It does get like that. Gyokeres all day. Amen. I'm sure you lot are bored of hearing my voice though. How long we been here for? 2 hours and 14 minutes. You lot are ridiculous people. So yeah, man. Big up everyone who's here. Big up everyone who hit the raids. Appreciate you lot. I'm going to cut up the transfer news clip of this video. And obviously for the condensed one viewers, you got that. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. I should be live. Then obviously I'm going to be live with rants, probably 3:34. If there's if Arteta has his press conference and there's anything Arsenal related, then obviously we'll be there to cover that. It's Chelsea, Man United tomorrow. We're doing watch along for that, 1,000,000%. Saturday we'll be doing a watch along for Crystal Palace City. Sunday we're watching Arsenal Newcastle, man. So yeah, appreciate you lot, people. Journey to 70k is alive and kicking. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you're doing such. Big up to you lot, people, because the target became very quickly 300 likes and we got 317. So yeah, man, you lot are ridiculous. But yeah, on that note, you lot stay safe, stay blessed, look after your loved ones, check out the rest of the content. See you lot in a minute, man. Peace.
Always